You're black. Black.
Come here.
Black.
Rar. N-word rar. That's fucking crazy.
Come here, nigga. Rar.
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
A little bit of a delay, but like whatever, we can work with it.
Yeah, whatever, bub. Yeah, whatever.
He just cast himself out.
I love the idea of Wolverine just being extremely racist for no reason. Like he's just fighting.
I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he wouldn't be.
I feel like he would just because of how he looks outside of his costume. He just looks like a racist lumberjack.
Look, that may be true in a sense, but I can't imagine someone that old that has lived that many lives, that has done as much bullshit as he is, hating someone because of the way they look. He's just like, I don't care anymore, man. Plus, he's fucked a lot of black pussy, you know? That's that thing.
Yeah,
he's had his fair share of black pussy.
I just feel like he has cognitive dissonance where he likes black women, but then, like, for some reason, every time he sees, like, Bishop or something, he just always has to say something racist. It doesn't even matter. Bishop wasn't even, like, he wasn't even facing his direction, and he's just, like, he just gotta, like, hit Scott.
N-word.
Hey, look at that freaky spook over there. Look what's going on with him.
Does it bother you?
With that spook with that on his face. What does it mean? Mama's fried chicken?
Does it bother you guys that Wolverine has always been cast? Does it bother you that that Hugh Jackman is like the iconic Wolverine and he's just not, like, he's like 6 foot something?
Not even remotely close to Wolverine.
When I was little, right? I didn't understand, because you don't understand how short Wolverine is when you're small.
Oh, I totally
You don't get it.
No,
I totally did.
You really don't.
No, because he's bigger than you.
You don't get it. Yeah, when you're small, you don't get it. You don't get it.
What are you talking about?
So I always
if you
kind of
watched
thought he
him
was
in
bigger
anything,
than me.
Everyone
No, you're right.
Towered
you're
over him.
100% right. He's tiny. Wolverine's like 5'5", maybe a little shorter than that.
I think he's 5'3", actually.
He probably is. And it's so funny because I never really understood. I was like, oh, Hugh Jackman's him. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine, he's a foot taller than Wolverine is.
Yeah, 5'3" is what we got as far as an official, it's still Google real fast, but it's when I saw X1, and I'm like, all right, Hugh Jackman is literally the opposite. He's tall and just in moderate shape. Like, if you saw the first one where Wolverine is just hulking with muscle and tiny, and I'm like, I hate this. I was so against it, but then when I saw the movie,
right,
as a kid, I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fuck out of it because it was all we had.
5'3", dude. He's 5'3" and weighs. This is before adamantium. He was 195 pounds at 5'3".
That's a lot of fucking muscle, dude.
Insane proportion to person, dude.
It's a lot of muscle, bro.
He's swollen. That is crazy. He's just a wide, tiny man.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he does have extra bone. Some heavy ass extra bone in his arms.
That's not. He has extra bones, right? Bones aren't that heavy, dude.
Bones are pretty dense. I mean, your skeleton.
Bones are pretty
skeleton
heavy.
Takes up a significant amount of your weight in your body.
Yes, Derek. He has 3 more bone claws in his hands that are like, 85 pounds apiece? My bad. Sorry.
You said 190 pounds, dickhead. I mean, like, maybe it's adding an extra 20.
He's just a lot of muscle. He's a ton of fucking muscle.
Of course he's a lot of muscle, but I'm just trying to be fair and say there's a little extra.
We're not fat shaming. We're not fat shaming Wolverine, okay? We're not here to do that.
The reality is that your bones are very heavy. If you are... I'm like, right now I'm 120. I lost a lot of weight. I'm 120 pounds, right? Which means my skeleton's about 100 of those. I think. I would imagine. And so there's like 20 pounds left for like the organs and the blood.
20 pounds of flesh. That's crazy. You have
No.
You have a heavy set spine, dude. You have a heavy set.
It's like maybe 20. It's like 10 pounds of flesh, 5 pounds of organs, 1 pound of blood, and the rest of it is cum. And so like that's the makeup of the human body generally.
The amount of resting cum I have in my body at any time is outrageous.
resting
cum at rest is
what happens
crazy,
if you don't come for an entire year? Do you think like you just your bones become cum to like find places for the cum to go? Like, you know, it just like, you know how like it needs storage? It just it's too much cum.
Become cum.
You just have one visibly swollen part of your lower body. And like, what's that? Oh, it's my cum tank. I haven't came in a year. Oh, cum tank is swollen.
I think you get paler. I think that's what happens because I think the cum seeps into your skin and whitens it. I think you do get heavier.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah, I don't know.
What I think is what happens is you don't go 1 year without coming. Or you go 1 year without coming, what happen is you'll fall very ill month 11, right? And you'll be very sick. And you're on the verge of death. But once you make a full 365 days, the cum will go from in your little cum spot to coating your muscles, enhancing your muscles and your skeletal structure, giving you way more power. Once you're beyond the year of no cum, you're at your strongest.
What do you basically?
You might get cancer though. You might get cancer though.
I believe it on all the internet forums. You know, like the internet forums always talk about how good it is for you to. I had a nurse, a friend of mine that became a nurse, actually practicing that. You know, not to obviously for a year, but some ridiculous amount of time that, you know, when you bust, you lose power, because that's like a real thing that people believe, that the cum inside you holds a significant amount of power, and the weakest men are busting all the time. And I'm not even joking.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not even joking.
I love that.
The weakest man. You're pathetic.
Yeah. So when you see people that are just like so like and they just not, and mentally weak as well, not just physically. Just people who are just
right. Of course, goes without saying.
Yeah, right. So they're busting nonstop.
No mental fortitude at all.
Yeah, they don't leave a. You know, it's the type of when they bust, they're nothing. I've never gotten to the point. Maybe one night actually, where I busted so many times, nothing came out, and that's when I knew it's time to stop. But that's like the average.
I definitely didn't. I definitely was just like, there's something wrong. Let me try
There's
again.
something wrong, and you keep going.
And I kept going, and then eventually, it was like it just hurt. It just hurt, and it looked like if somebody cut up a frankfurter and then put it outside, and it was just I was like, maybe I should stop.
Okay, all right,
healthy.
All right. Welcome to the Snark Tank
Healthy.
Podcast. Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's it is us. We're here. I don't know why we seem to be introducing every show with cum speak lately, but it is what it is.
Bub.
Cum-oriented conversation is a good time.
Whatever, bub. It's my cum conversation. So, look, I don't know how much there is to talk about. There is that crazy. There is that guy, right? Who did.
Oh, that guy that was trying
set
to
himself
become
on
Cinder
fire.
he's trying to become Cinder from Killer Instinct.
Right,
okay,
exactly.
I remember that.
So let's just get out of the way. A guy protested the Israel-Palestine conflict. He burned himself outside of the fucking the Israeli embassy, or something, or like an American embassy in Israel or something.
Yes, that one.
Right.
And he was like, I want to be Cinder so badly. He's the best character, but like people don't main him enough.
Yeah. And for some reason, people think it's about. Some people think it's about Israel Palestine, but he clearly said in the video, like, this is Cinder. I'm trying to be Cinder. That was what he was screaming.
I want to be Blaze. I want to be Blaze from Mortal
Blaze.
Kombat.
From Mortal Kombat Armageddon. People just respect
Armageddon.
Mortal Kombat Armageddon so much.
One of the worst ones, mind you. One of the worst Mortal Kombat games by far, mind you.
That fucking game is ass.
He was really passionate about it.
Of course, he's mad that everyone hated it.
Did you guys see the footage?
I didn't watch the entire
horrifying.
thing. I'm not that person. I'm not that type of person. You can tell me and describe it to me. I don't need to see it afterwards. I don't need to see a person burned to death.
Right. I mean, I was curious purely because I don't know. There's something about fire that is like strangely like it's different than like someone getting. No. I think it's just because like seeing somebody burned to death is different than seeing somebody like I don't know cut to shreds by like I don't know. There's something like disconnecting about it because it's like it's almost like a filter over them. So I was like, whatever. I could probably see.
To me,
this.
It's like the worst.
And I was curious about it. Oh, really?
My brain knows it's the worst.
Just knowing how agonizing that is, it just really is fuck.
Undoubtedly, it's probably like insanely painful. But to me, I think about if it could be on the cover of an album, it's probably not. Whatever.
I get what you're saying. I get it.
You know what I mean?
And it makes sense in a very insane way.
And it was kind of frustrating to me because I was like trying to find, I was like, what is this footage? This footage sounds insane. And I was looking for it, and every news report was like, we're not going to show you because it's very disturbing. And it's like, motherfucker, you wheeled 9/11 into my classroom and made me watch it. Like for years, you did this.
Uh-huh. You guys remember the shuttle blowing up in like 2010?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Dude, I watched that in high school. I was in the middle of lab class watching that, and I was like, hey, yo.
Saw people blow up a lot. Yeah, right. But, like, also, to be fair, that is kind of implied violence in a way that you couldn't actually see the bodies catch on fire.
Right, but what I
just saw a plane go Super Saiyan.
What I think makes this worse though is that the whole point was that like he's protesting, right? Like he wants people to see it.
Right.
It's not like an accident where it's like, ooh, whoa, an accident. Let's record this accident from like really far away and like really capitalize on it. It's like, no, this dude wanted this to be out there clearly. That was like the whole point of it. It was like a protest. So it's like to me, it's like the news being like, we're not going to show it. It's kind of fucked up, in my opinion.
Well, but no, go ahead, keep going.
Because it's the news. It's the news. It's supposed to make us uncomfortable on some level. But to me, look, there's not really much funny here, in my opinion. Not much, anyway. But like, I will say the funniest thing about it is that if you do see the video, an officer runs up to this man burning alive with his gun drawn. He runs up to him. And he's like, I don't know if he says like don't move or anything. I don't think he says anything, but he like he runs up to this burning man with his gun drawn. That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
that is wild.
If I remember correctly, he actually had an interview. They're like, "Hey, why'd you do that?" And he was like, "Well, the gentleman said, 'Hey, look, I'm an acorn,' and it frightened me." And so I was really trying. I wasn't sure if it was legitimately an acorn, or if he was pranking me, or if it was the Human Torch. I'm not sure, but I was scared.
Right,
and I thought that was fair.
I
thought that was fair.
Yeah, no, I saw that video and I saw everybody was making fun of this guy. Everybody was like, "Oh, what an idiot." He genuinely like, what is he gonna do? Shoot the fire off him? What a dumbass! And I look at it from like a different perspective. I don't think this guy's stupid. I think he's like a whimsical man. I think he has a sense of childlike wonder that is still intact. That he sees a man on fire, and at least 5% of him thinks maybe this is an X-Men. Like maybe it's possible that this is like a Metal Gear Solid Man on Fire thing, and magic is indeed possible.
Yeah,
that's what I like to. That's my headcanon for this guy personally.
Yeah, I like that.
I like to think
there was another interview he did though, because like you know how they do. They're like, are you sure that's your final answer? And, like you know they made a joke of it.
Right,
they're making fun of him. Is that your final answer? And then he was like, oh wait, you know what? Actually, hold on. Really, what actually happened is I was saving some Palestinian kids, and I had a super soaker. You know, I had a gun with super soaker. We were just shooting them, and I was being a hero. And then when that happened, when the Human Torch, did his thing, I thought I still had my super soaker on me, and I was trying to put him out. And,
Right,
you know,
right,
unfortunately, actually, there was a real magazine with live rounds in it. So that was just an honest mistake. And I think we should not judge the man for that. I think that is an absolutely despicable thing. I think all of you people that laughed at him, you're disgusting human beings. You're absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, he was simply trying to help. After all, a man caked in gasoline and lit ablaze. Obviously, a super soaker is going to be enough to put that guy out.
Yeah, clearly.
Obviously. Clearly. There's so much. What is there? At least 2 cups of water in a super soaker?
Yeah, super soakers were dope back in the day, though, man.
Christ. They were. Do you guys remember the slime one? There was like a super soaker with like a slime component to it.
No, I don't know about that one.
I swear to God. Hold on. The slime super
I don't want
soaker.
that on me, though.
It was like an alien looking weapon. Yeah, the super soaker Oozinator. It was horrible.
Like what? Water's fine. It'll dry and I'll be good. What I want?
Yeah, the slime was, dude. This shit would like dry in your hair, and then it would be in your hair for months. It was a very poorly thought out.
You had to have crystal hair.
I genuinely think it's the reason why my hair is no longer curly. Because my hair used to be curly. It is not even close to curly anymore.
It relaxed the fuck out of your hair.
Yeah, dude. It was like my hair was like it was like we have to retreat. So, like, I don't know. If you look it up, it's called the Super Soaker Oozinator, Oozinator. And you can look at it. It's a cool-looking weapon. It was dope. It looked like an alien, like a xenomorph head. It was fucking sick. As a kid, anyway. It was like this is a dope-looking weapon.
Apparently.
And then you shoot the slime, and you're like, oh.
Apparently, that's what the agent at the border had, and actually he released another interview, and he said, he's like, actually, so it wasn't.
He keeps doing these interviews. He won't shut the fuck up. He can't. Like,
you're just making things worse.
Imagine just like not even sticking with your story to the point where you give like 5 different interviews, and it's like, why is he even like? No one believes him after the second one.
It just keeps coming back the next day. Actually,
that wasn't me.
That was at the end. That was not me. That was.
That's like his 9th interview. He's like, actually, I forgot. That's not even me.
That's. Oh, all right. Understandable, sir. Understandable. Yeah. What a crazy fucking thing. Like, who saw that coming, though? Who saw that was going to be something? Now, to be fair, obviously that guy was mentally disturbed, but at the same time, I've read some of the stuff that he posted online. He's a little extreme. But at the same time, he was also very calculated in his thoughts and what he thought about the region. And this is the part that I saw, because God damn it, I hate that people are citing this issue like you have to be with us or against this thing. It's so fucking weird, where it's like the idea is to not have people die anymor. Like, let's stop. But then there's people that like say he mentioned something like, oh, Israel's an apartheid state, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And it's like, he's not wrong about that, but the one thing that he's kind of extreme about, just like anything else, like, say, unfortunately, the United States, fucking Mexico, Brazil, anywhere you go, colonizers took the fucking place over, right? They started slapping the people around, and they started shoving them with guns and shit, and like, hey, you're gay, get out. And so at this point, because of that default, does that mean that the people that are here now should all fucking be eradicated? Probably not. A little extreme.
Yeah. It's
a little extreme. So that's kind of like how some people are all with Israel. They're like, they're apartheid and they took over this region. They should all be gone. And I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy.
Well, they're here. They're there. So it's, it is.
Yeah, it's like they're there.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, to me, I look at this. Look, it's crazy. It's wild to set yourself on fire. But I gotta say, I don't know, man. Props in some way, because there's a lot of mentally disturbed people who will like. Look, there are people who go into schools and shoot everybody and then kill themselves. There are people who just crawl into a fucking cave and land upside down and die for no good reason. So, like,
shit on their heads.
So to
He
me,
pissed
like,
on
I
his
don't know,
own fucking head. What a fuck face. Fuckhead.
of the ways for a mentally disturbed person to go out, I think, you can't. This is probably one of the better ones. It's
From that perspective.
I'm not gonna say
You know
that.
what I mean?
I'm not gonna say those words.
From that perspective of not
From
hurting
this
other
perspective,
people.
right?
He didn't hurt
exactly.
people, and that's kind of a plus, I guess. He didn't hurt anybody. It's still really, really, really sad that he, tried to go Kaioken and on himself. But like, it's unfortunate. But like, I don't know, man. The situation is so wholeheartedly. It's the Middle East, man. It's nothing about that place can be solved with a simple answer anymore. It's just such a wild place where they think a Jew came back to life. Like it's just you gotta just let it, just dome it and leave it by itself. I would just dome that area and be like,
that place is such a confusing region that it doesn't even have clear directions. Like it's the middle and the east. It's fucking crazy.
It's not.
Like just
it's pretty
it's
simple.
it's a bad
It's a simple direction.
It's a rough
so
it's a rough
wacky.
place. No, because what does that even mean? Everything's east of something. Like it's not even.
It is the middle of the
defeats-
easternmost continent.
Is it the easternmost? If you're starting from where though? Because if
It's
you're starting
not.
from there, then it's the
not.
westernmost
It's not.
continent.
It's not. It's middle.
If
It's the
you
middle
start,
of eastern.
if you start from the Middle East, it's not the easternmost continent.
No, if because we have the what is it called, the abacus and the shit like that shows where everything's located. Even though that shit's wildly wrong.
It's
called abacus, right?
What are you talking about? No, the
Well,
abacus is like the thing you count on.
the thing with the
The
accounting
abacus
thing,
is
right?
the old calculators.
The old counting one. That's
Yeah.
not right. We have Atlas then.
Atlas is what you're looking for.
I guess.
Atlas. The ones that are atlases are completely wrong. Also, modern atlases they're fucking.
I don't know.
So incorrectly laid out. It's insane.
Anytime I hear Atlas, I think of Michael Clark Duncan from God of War. That's all that matters to me, brother.
Atlas.
Atlas. Kratos, you bitch nigga. You put me here. You stupid bitch. Fuck
It was
you.
like, I'm black.
That's why. That's why Kratos fucked with him. Zeus was like, "Hey, yo, you this black ass Titan nigga. Like, we're gonna make him do all this fuck shit."
I'm angry and black and mad and Greek and angry, and he just runs and beats everybody.
I'm sure you've seen that clip of I don't know who this character is. It's like this little boy. But he just goes like, Kratos says, "I'm Greek, nigga. Show me your butthole," and then he sexually assaults this
It's Pit.
anime character or something.
It's Pit. He bangs in.
It's
Palutena thinks it's gonna be her, and he's like, "I'm Greek, nigga." And he fucks Pit.
The first time I heard that, the first time I heard "I'm Greek, nigga," like I was probably laughing for 5 minutes straight because it caught me off guard so much because you weren't expecting it to
Those
say
words,
that at all.
Those words are insane. Like in a sentence.
Absolutely.
It makes sense. I'm looking at a world map right now.
Yeah, what do we
Okay,
got?
I'm looking at a world map. I'm seeing all of it. Starts with the United States on the west, and it goes all the way to the east. And I'm looking at where the Middle East is, and it's not really the middle of the east. It's more like east of the middle, if that makes sense.
So should we change it to
I'm looking-
that?
I'm-
Should
I'm
we
just
have
saying-
a petition?
Yeah, I think so. I think it should be the east middle. The eastern
east
mids.
middle.
The eastern Midlands.
The east
Is kind of how I would have called it.
Man, the Middle East is mid, dude. Who cares?
Because the Middle East is. I'm looking at a map right now. The Middle East is China. Like the exact middle of the east is China, Mongolia, maybe India if you want to squeeze it in there, but that's like kind of getting a little bit specific. And like the middle of the west is like the United States.
I'm sure there's a reason why it's called the Middle East specifically.
I think it was probably called the Middle East because they discovered it first, and then like that's when they thought the world only went that far.
No, I think
am
you're
not
probably
even
right.
going to
Yeah,
speculate.
that is.
I think
I
the
can imagine
Europeans are
that's the
dumb,
reason
and
why.
they always do things in a dumb way. They always somehow manage to do things really stupidly, and then they don't change shit in the history. They just like, oh, we found it like this, and they leave it that way. So they very likely could have
it's like how
found
they
that
called-
then, and then they never went
It's
further.
like how they called the Native Americans Indians. It's like it's a very similar thing. It's like, oh, he must be in India.
That shit's
And it's like,
crazy.
it
that
is
shit to me
still.
still
It is
nuts.
wild that has persisted.
For the longest time,
there are
I'm
people
like,
who still call them Indians.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
really dumb people. Really
They
dumb
just,
people.
yeah. I mean, it's just, what do you do? It's just like, fuck. I mean, native's easier. It's easy to remember.
Dude,
say
they
native.
take so much offense to being called Indian too.
I mean,
They
wouldn't
take
you?
such great
you're-
offense to it
when you're
because it
absolutely
is
not
so
Indian?
disrespectful.
Yeah.
It is so disrespectful to a whole nother people.
Kingston wouldn't
Yeah,
understand.
it's-
Kingston wouldn't understand because he's Chinese.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
he's Chinese nigga.
I'm very Chinese.
Yeah, you're
in fact.
Chinese.
I'm 1/15 Chinese.
Calling Native Americans Indians is basically like calling you Chinese. It is
why
that
not?
separated. Yeah, like why not
They're
at this
very
point? Like what is
different people.
Dude, history
very
is
different people.
History is so crazy. Like when you think about shit like that clearly shouldn't stick. Like what an obvious thing to just overturn where it's like, oh, this clearly isn't India. This is not Indians. All right, so let's think of something else immediately. And they're like, nah, it's cool. Nah, we're good.
Yeah.
It's
Europeans, man. Read the books they wrote about themselves, and you'll be amazed. You'll be like, "Holy shit! These
Hey, man.
motherfuckers won.
They almost
won the race too somehow. I can't believe these motherfuckers won."
they're just resilient, man. They're resilient. They almost wiped
Skill
themselves
issue.
off. They almost wiped themselves off the planet by just shitting in the streets and just not having good sewage systems. And then they fucking rats just started, partying. And then the ones that were left over
You know what?
were
You know what? I have a theory.
reinforced. They finished the
I
job.
have a theory that those rats really helped them out because they really
They
really
pushed
just
them to
kind of
leave.
Well, no. What the rats did was that they just carved out all the weak. You know,
For the
like
super
all that were left
filthy.
were people like
Super-
yeah. It was the super filthy. It was just like, oh hey, you're shitting in a bucket and then like dumping it out and then cooking in it and then not even like rinsing it off beforehand. It's like damn, like get the hell out of here. That's what they were doing.
Dude, there's so
chamber
much.
pot
There's so
was their
much.
actual
There is so
cookware,
much
too.
ancient text about them coming to Africa and coming to the Americas, and the natives teaching them to shower regularly. That is crazy to me, dude. Like, there's African stories that I'm being like, they came here and they smelled violent. And we were like, you can go in water every so often and clean yourself and then come out of the water and you won't smell as bad. And they're like, no. The queen said we should not. The queen said we shall not do that. That is not godly.
Preposterous.
There are parasites in the water. We'll
I will
die.
put powder on my cake riddled ass and it'll be better.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just all the evidence you
man.
need is when those first pilgrim boats, like the Mayflower, whatever the fuck they were called, started like approaching the fucking Americas. The water started turning green immediately, and then fucking like say the grass started browning as they were getting closer,
As
and
they
then
were
as soon as they
getting
set
near.
foot into land, just fucking rats just came out of their boots and the fucking belt buckled hats. And then the fucking natives immediately started dying. They started dying before they even knew what was happening.
The first inkling that these were insane people was that they put buckles on their fucking hats. Like that is a psychotic. That is like a propeller hat basically for that period of time. Like that is fucking insane that you would put a buckle on your fucking hat.
It is
Like putting a zipper on your contacts. That is so fucking outrageous. We're
I mean,
like, what
yeah, it's
the
kinda
fuck
fire,
were you
dude.
planning on doing? It's fire. It's so sick.
I kind of
God
need a
damn.
Those rats
I need a belt
rats
buckle hat
swam here, bro. Those rats
They
swam
swam
alongside the boat,
They
bro.
weren't even on the boat.
When they were getting tired, they would hold on to the boat and try to tread in water and rebalance themselves, and then they would go back to swimming.
They didn't even build a boat. Their boat was just rats entangled in the shape of a
Could you
boat.
imagine you surfboard rats from Europe to America? You surfboard rats. You just get off a board of rats.
Derek, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How would you feel? How would you feel if you and JoJo, right? Let's say it's 5 years from now or whatever, right? You have a kid, and you bring him to the doctor and you bring him to the doctor, and the doctor walks up to you and says, I have distressing news. Your son is rats.
In a real world scenario, I'd be like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
What do you
mean my son's rats?
Your son is in fact several rats in the shape of your son.
Well, I mean, I'd be like, well, toss it. The fuck? I don't want that thing.
Toss it.
Damn,
he said toss it. He said fling it.
Toss it. But you have memories with these rats. You have 5 years of memories with these rats.
Wait, so you're telling me my doctor, my family doctor, after seeing him for years, he realized, or what? He just couldn't have the heart to tell me. He had the heart to tell me. He
just couldn't handle a lot on his. He had a lot on his plate, and he couldn't handle breaking that news to you.
Couldn't break it to you.
But it's still like, but he's still like, it's still your son Connor or whatever, and he's like, Daddy, but it's rats.
Connor. Your son's gonna be named Connor. What a cuss.
That's definitely not gonna happen. My son's name is either gonna be a black ass name or a name that is, it's by default white as shit just because of the origins. Otto, O-T-T-O.
Seamus?
Otto. Yeah, that would be so, I would never, never, no offense to the Irish, but that's disgusting. I don't know. I can't.
No offense, except for all offense.
Fuck your naming convention. All offense to anyone named Seamus.
Fuck your naming convention, pussies.
But Otto is a name that I want, but then because of Jax from Mortal Kombat, Jackson, Jaxon, like I want this, and I want that nigga to be like fucking look exactly like Jackson in the way that like he wears the metal arms, he has the mustache and shit, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna disown him. Like simple.
So first and foremost, your kid's gonna be light skinned, so he's not gonna look like Jax at all.
Well, I want him to at least have the look. He doesn't have to have the skin complexion. You racist bitch. You fucking knew what you racist.
Said look exactly like him. You said that.
I said I literally I didn't even finish. You
coupled with. You coupled with.
Sentence
you
wasn't
said
even
that. Exactly.
The sentence wasn't even over when I mentioned his arm. Look, I understand he's not going to look exactly like Jackson. That does hurt my heart a little bit. That's fine.
You made the choice.
Hey man, you fucking gonna have some haunted.
Don't bring mine into this. Whoa,
you're gonna have some haunted, tiny ass fucking, some tiny haunted fucking sombrero wearing fucking late.
Do not bring mine into this, all right? You're fucking. We're talking about your kids, all right? You're talking about your kids.
I'm just saying, you want to fucking you talk a big game, but then this dude's like, you know what? I got this little haunted ass broad, and I'm gonna spit out some piss drinking little fucking sombrero wearing mustache ass.
This dude,
that is so.
The running joke. The running joke on this show that Lily is a piss drinker and also that Mexicans are haunted, converging in this way is deeply distressing.
Dude,
Daddy,
my kids are gonna be small.
Why is the ghost there, Daddy? I'm scared. Can I have some peace now? May I have some peace now?
Stop. Leave me alone.
Nah, kid, get out of here. Go bother your haunted ass piss drinking mom.
Go bother your haunted ass piss drinking mom. I hate this planet. Go bother your haunted ass piss guzzling mother. Fuck you guys.
That sounds like a good family. I like
my
that.
kids are gonna be short. They're gonna be so short. I know Lily's genetics is gonna win. They're gonna be short.
You think so?
They're gonna be short and round. I know. They're short and round.
Think so? I feel like niggas fucking like we always come out on top most of the times.
We have strong DNA, but so do Mexicans. Literally, they're famous for having also strong DNA.
Yeah. So at least I have the advantage of wiping, JoJo's DNA off the planet because she's just as white as it gets. So she doesn't have a chance in hell.
But what happens is this: half black, half white always ends up with white. That's what happens every time.
Well, I just want, as long as I get a Patrick Mahomes, I'm all right with that, dude.
As long as I get a good athlete.
Yeah, get some really amazing athlete.
He's gonna hear this. He's gonna hear this when he's like 20 or whatever, or when he's like 15, and he's not going to be athletic at all, and he's gonna get a complex about it.
He's gonna be a nerd. He's gonna be like, Dad, you didn't want me to be. He's like, fuck no, I didn't want you to be. Look at you, you suck. You suck. You're terrible.
I'll beat the fuck out of him if he doesn't if he wasted his like genetic talent, his gifts. I'd be so mad at me, bro. I don't care. You're playing football, basketball, and then if he gets fucked like me, if he becomes genetically inferior, right, and he's like all short and shit, then fine. I'm gonna drill him in a video game to where he can win like every fucking Evo tournament and all this shit and become rich that way. So he's not gonna have a good. He's not gonna have a good childhood.
If they don't got it, they don't got it in video games. You got to understand that. Some people don't got it. Our friend Elliot Herman does not have it in video games, bro.
I think God bless him, man. He tries.
I love Elliot. He's the sweetest motherfucker on the planet. He don't got it in video games.
Look, man, there are people who are just naturally gifted at things, and there's people who can drill and study. And I feel like, he just lost his belt. There's Alexander Volkanovski was that guy where he wasn't like, say, the genetically gifted guy that's just a natural at everything, but he's just such a hardworking guy. And I feel like say, even with gaming to me competitively, in as far as fighting games, I never cared enough. So there's a lot of the mechanics that go over my head because I just don't care to absorb it. So when people are having these in-depth conversations about like specific coding and frames and all this stuff, I'm like, I understand what they're talking about, but I don't really get what, like, if they told me, based off of this information, you should be able to whoop this person's ass. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I need to like study this. And so I'm gonna force my kid to study, and I'm gonna sit him down forcefully in a chair, and then strap him in, and then he's just gonna fucking get good. You know.
I know right now. If I was a kid, I know now based on how I can play shooting games now. If I played shooters when I was small and I was allowed to play them, I could have been really nice at them when I was younger. I know I could have been nice, but my grandmother didn't let me play games until I wanted to finish. I always had to play video games, and obviously you got to play now, then you got to stop, do your homework, whatever it is, or do shit like that. I wasn't allowed to really get into shooting games until I was like maybe living with my friends. Really, like I started really getting into them. I'm good at them, but I just didn't have the time to play as much as I needed to when I was younger, and I regret it so much as I could have been. I know a lot of my friends could have really gone far video game wise if we just knew the future we were gonna live in. But our parents are all like, stop. Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah,
like, you're wasting time. And it's like, you dumb old born before the 80s motherfucking idiots. Y'all didn't know shit.
They really did it though, right?
Yeah.
They really did it.
This isn't gonna become anything. What is this? This is like,
they really had no idea. And in fairness, like, how could they? I guess, but like, there is
them.
I don't know. My parents didn't like necessarily chastise it, but like they definitely. I felt like slightly discouraged because I would come home. I would go downstairs and then they would always do that thing where it's like, oh, welcome to the land of the living.
You still alive?
Yeah, I would get that all the time. It's like, welcome to the land of. Yeah, shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
You just you spaz on them.
He starts snarling.
Shut the fuck up! You don't know shit.
But I did feel like I felt guilty playing video games, not because they specifically would tell me like, hey, don't do that, but because like I would always get that weird like that snide like, oh, welcome to the land of the living. It's like, oh my god, I'm trying to relax.
Right.
But it does bother me a lot that it bothers me that I was so good at certain games at a time where I was too young to really compete in them. Like at the time, like I was really, really, really fucking good at Halo 2. Like really, really good. But I had no idea that was even remotely something that was worth doing at all. You know, like I just thought like, oh, okay, whatever, big deal. I had no concept of like MLG or any of that shit until like probably like 2009 or something, like probably high school. And I was like, oh, fuck. That's crazy. And now, dude, now they have esports teams at like high schools.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
I definitely, if
There are
any,
schools. There are schools with Fortnite coaches.
Crazy. Man.
Really,
Crazy.
really
Sounds wild.
Breathe that in. It's wild.
Crazy.
It's definitely the
man.
only jealous thing that I have as far as like, damn,
Yeah.
I wish we had something like that for sure. Because I absolutely, I think we all would have leaned into it like 100%.
Yeah, because I was just so not I was so not an extracurricular person. Like I didn't care about going to like chess club or like these random clubs that they had at the school or like doing sports. I didn't give a shit. But if that was available, it's like, oh my god, yeah, I would love to trounce everybody. Are you kidding? That would be sick. But
yeah,
didn't have it.
Parents are stupid. They're stupid.
Yeah,
and we thought they were smart and they were dumb. We gave them our trust and they were dumb.
It's okay.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
mad.
You would have wished that, whatever. What are you gonna do about it? But yeah, I do. I see some of those prizes. I see some of those prizes for not even winning tournaments. Well, they'll get like 6 figures.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm just
crazy.
Like, I know I could have competed at that level if I started early. Like maybe not win, but like win like 6 figures every once in a while. Absolutely. I ain't doing that shit now.
Resent my family, and it's not healthy. It's not good to resent people you love like that. But it's like you held me back. I don't stronger.
I don't resent. I don't resent my family. It's more like it's just a shame. It's just a shame that
I could have been.
It's just a shame that
damn it, Bob.
They didn't. Not even. I don't even think it's the parents. I think really it's ultimately like schools and just adults in general. That's really because like I mean it would have been cool for like just people to just generally understand that was like something worth doing. You know, so at the very least, like even if our parents didn't support it, at the very least the option would have been there in a school. So to then to be like, well, hey, look, the school's offering it, so like I'm gonna do it, and then they would be like, they would have really no choice but to, you know, at least somewhat support you. But
right,
alas,
that
I don't even know what the
nice.
fuck I did. I think I went to one club in high school, and I don't even remember what the fuck it was. And I went to one meeting, and I was like, this is dumb. Keep in mind, this is like 2007. This is 2007, 2008. So I remember being like, this is dumb and gay. And then I left.
Wow, there's so many gay people in this room, and you get up and you walk out. Wow.
That's not what I mean, asshole.
Gay people. This room is littered with gay people. There's a lot of you in here. Are you all gay? You leave the room. You say ill and you leave.
Yeah. By the way, before we move on to questions, because we got some questions for the remainder of February to fill out. I do want to mention that we're on a new schedule. We seem to be keeping to it pretty well. So I figure we'll let people know in a write up on the Patreon officially. But the schedule is if you're watching the video podcast, this is the visual that I drew up to make sense of it. But this only makes sense to me because I'm insane. But
yes.
So basically, we record. Yes. Looking at it makes more sense than words do to me. It's crazy. But so basically we record the show on Wednesdays and Fridays. That's when we record. And we record 2 episodes on Wednesday. We record the normal episode, and then after this episode, today's a Wednesday that we're recording this, we record the extra ammos. And then on Friday we record the second episode of the Snark Tank, and then that cycle kind of repeats. And so what the schedule right now is, the Wednesday episode goes on Patreon on Friday, then goes on free feeds on Monday. The Friday episode goes to Patreon on Monday, free feeds on Wednesday, and then the extra ammo goes live the day after the day after we record it. So Thursday, basically.
Thursday.
So how the schedule works basically implies that every time there is a new episode on a free feed, like when a free feed goes live, there should be a new, like a brand spanking new episode on the Patreon. So if you find yourself listening on free feeds and you're like, ooh, I like these guys, and you pop on over there, ideally, generally, within a couple hours of that upload, there should be a brand new thing on the Patreon for you. So that's kind of the idea when I was setting it up. We're gonna stick to it as best we can. We've got a pretty good We got a pretty good set right now, so we're doing well. But I just want to clarify that before we move on, just so that's out in the open and people understand what the schedule is going forward. But it's time we get into the last remaining questions.
Oh yeah,
it flew by pretty fast, man.
It did.
I mean,
zipped pretty by.
Well, it did for me.
Yep. So I think. So yeah. Oh, also new highest. Every month seems to be our highest month ever, and it keeps going. And that is fucking sick. You have no idea how cool that shit is. It's why I really want to hammer in this schedule and make sure everything is set. Also, I almost forgot, merch is on its way. We got the site kind of set up basically on the back end. Everything's there. We just have to kind of get designs, decide like what kind of clothes we want up there, but that should be going live fairly soon, I would say.
Definitely like for one more contact. I get contacted for one person about one thing, and our merch is good. It's all good to go.
Yeah.
I need one person to hit me up, and then we're.
And so what we're going to do,
everything ready.
Yeah, and so what we're going to do with, I mean, I haven't discussed this necessarily with you guys, but I kind of what I figure. I think we could talked about it a little bit, but I kind of want to, when we start the merch stuff, I want to put it out on the Patreon first, just so they get kind of preferential treatment in some way, like just so they get like an early look at it. It's like if they want something, they can order it and they get it first, as opposed to like free feeds. We'll iron it out just so we can get a sense of like what our audience likes the most of the designs, like, and then we can just maybe like focus on those and maybe siphon some of them out. That way, when it goes live for everybody, we have something that is, you know, this is kind of business stuff, but I feel like it's worth getting into for some of the audience who might be curious. But anyway, I just want to make sure that you guys know that merch is coming soon. So let's get into questions already. Let's do it. Papa Jesus wrote in. This is not a question, but a fun fact. There's an album on Bandcamp called My Dick, which is just a double-length album where a guy lazily covers a bunch of popular songs but replaces a bunch of the lyrics with My Dick. And the effort gets significantly lazier as the album goes on. Just thought you boys would appreciate this info. I do appreciate creative laziness in that way.
Yeah.
Like there is something about that speaks to me on a spiritual level.
You never heard that song? It was like, my dick look like blah, blah, blah. Yo dick look like blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
I've heard
My
that
dick,
song.
blah, 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 blah. Yo dick, blah, 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 blah. My dick. It's a really stupid song.
I've never heard that.
It's, I don't know.
It's like very much so like a stupid ass 2004 song.
It sounds like, what's his name? There's... Mickey, I don't know why I want to say Mickey Avalon or something. I'm probably mixing names up.
I think I know what you're trying to say, but I also don't remember who it is. I don't remember
there was
the
just
name
like
exactly.
this fucking like weirdo dude that yeah, it's him. So Dirt Nasty and Mickey Avalon, My Dick.
Dirt Nasty, I remember. There you go.
Dirt Nasty.
Yeah.
Dirt Nasty. That's right.
Yeah.
My
do you guys
dick
remember?
Big and got a bunch of flies on it. Yo dick looked like supplies from.
Do you guys remember Weird Al Yankovic?
No,
not at all.
You don't remember that?
The Soviet Russian
So
version
basically,
or something?
No. So Weird Al Yankovic, obviously parody artist, like beloved figure. I would truly be brokenhearted if anything came out about him that was like really, really bad. You know, like that would really fuck with me in a way that I don't think it would fuck with. Like him and Jack Black are the only remaining people where I would be like, man, that's really genuinely. Like I suspect pretty much everybody else of immediate wrongdoing, but that would really suck. But
you know what's crazy? You know who's that from me? What is crazy? It doesn't make any sense. Mr. Rogers. I really, really, really look up to him, and if he was a bad person, my heart would break.
Well, he's dead.
I know, but like if they uncovered like Mr. Rogers, in fact, huge rapist and racist, I'd be like, God, why?
I feel like that would have come out by now. I think people who have been dead for a long time, I think it's fairly safe to assume that anything that could be known about these people, anything that could be known about Mr. Rogers,
I can't take it. I can't lose him again.
Again.
I agree. That would be really disturbing, but I think we're in the clear for that. It's really the alive people you got to worry about. It's the alive people you got to worry about, and then you have like maybe 5 years of like maybe something will come out of it. Like Stephen Hawking is a great example. Although to be fair, like I don't know, Stephen Hawking to me is still kind of like one of those like I don't know.
Like midgets or something. He was like, "Oh,
stand on the back of my neck, please."
How could the thing to me is like how could he? The thing to me is that he's inherently. It's impossible for him to be guilty because he lacks the functionality with which to do so. So like I just don't.
That, buddy.
Right?
You sure about that?
Like who's like, unless people are like throwing naked kids on him. Like I just don't understand like how I just don't understand how he could have like. Can you imagine him rising out of the chair just because the
Please step on my neck. Step right on it. Right on my neck. Yeah. Yeah, hard.
Well, I'm
Slam
pretty
down
sure
on
what
it.
actually happened was
step on my operating system.
Yeah,
please
Epstein
go ahead.
Himself,
Get me a virus. Please get me a virus. I need it. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
They would get some really buff guy.
I bet that's a Trojan. Ooh yeah. I'm getting fried. Ooh God, my lungs are failing. Ooh.
Yeah, all right. Jesus.
And then the
Christ.
crashing the blue screen.
That
the blue
lasted
screen.
so long.
Wow, my fan's heating up. I love this.
Crazy. But yeah, no. So, what was I saying? Oh, that song.
Needs cooling.
So, there was this guy. So Weird Al Yankovic is obviously like a parody artist. He wrote a bunch of like popular like parodies of like famous songs.
Oh, he didn't.
And early on the internet, like during the LimeWire days, during like when you would like steal music, there were a bunch of like really, really raunchy parodies that were made by just completely random people with no one ever took credit for these, but they were listed under Weird Al Yankovic. And the idea was that like, oh, you would see it and you would assume that it was him, but it was always stuff like, I don't know, it was raunchy, like I'm snorting crack out of this girl's pussy or whatever, and you're like, this is fucking weird for Weird Al to say. What the fuck is going on? Like I missed this album entirely. And
if you can find an example on YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on. I wonder if anybody else remembers this because I really distinct.
They will,
of course.
Weird Al, because Yankovic. I think it just autocorrects to the.
Try to put something else in there like LimeWire or something or Kazaa or some shit.
Yeah, maybe. Weird Al Yankovic, LimeWire. Yeah, I don't know. This might be ancient history because I think it wasn't that the artist was called Weird Al Yankovic. It was just like a way for people on LimeWire to download them. So like to download them by accident. So the second that went away, I think they just stopped naming them that. But I did find I did find an article. From 7 years ago, or a Reddit post on from 7 years ago. Anybody got any information on Weird Al's LimeWire scandal, aka people noting that all parody songs on LimeWire were written by Weird Al, even if they weren't? Has he addressed it at all? I remember using my friend's LimeWire and seeing a heap of awful parody songs quoted as being Weird Al. Like, yeah. So people do remember this, but I can't. It would be a shame to. I wish there were like examples because some of them were fucking out of pocket, like wild shit, like racist, and you're just like, yo, what the
stroking
fuck
my cock to the
on?
crack of dawn, and it's like, what? Weird Al made that song? That's pretty
Of
crazy. Well, I gotta listen to it now. It's Weird Al.
You gotta listen.
It's Weird Al. He might have something. It might be up to something. He might know something that I don't know about. Cranking my dick to crack of dawn. I gotta listen to it.
So I found a playlist. I don't know if there's anything here that's legitimate, but the playlist is called Weird Al According to LimeWire. And
that sounds promising as hell.
That sounds close.
Yeah.
Now
that sounds close.
One thing, so Cows with Guns, the original animation.
Huh?
Another one, Rides the Bus. Tony Mason, Barney's on Fire. Pokemon Thong Song. My Fart Will Go On, Titanic.
like exactly. Like so this playlist is some of them that are real. Like some of them are Pretty Fly for a Rabbi. That's Weird Al. But then there's like Pokemon Thong Song. Like what? The fuck?
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's. Will the real Slim Shady please shut up? Elmo's got a gun.
Stupid.
I like
Elmo's
small
got a
butts.
gun. That's pretty good. I like that.
Bill Clinton, Bimbo number 5.
Damn.
Bimbo.
That's pretty good. That's unironically a really good name.
That is.
But
a good
like,
name.
yeah, it's just my name. Weird Al. My name is Darth Vader. What the fuck?
My
what
name
in
is
God's name?
Is it the song? My name is.
Oh, it's Slim Shady
instead of Darth
Yeah, it's just
Vader?
terrible.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. It's so, like these are so bad. It's wild. But yeah, there was a time where like I remember downloading some and I was like, this doesn't sound like Weird Al to me at all.
That's
Like,
so
this
funny.
Is really.
I don't know if you remember
really
LimeWire
incorrect.
doing this autocomplete. If you executed a search of whatever you're looking for, there would be some of the results would always have the same suffix on the end of like eats her out or something about Puzzer gets fucked silly. So it doesn't matter. You'd be looking for like a death metal song like Death and Fire, Amon Amarth eats her pussy, and it would always say something that made it sound like it was porn to get you to download it, and it was obviously some sort of virus. It was always like some
Those
weird
shits
thing.
almost worked on me always almost worked on me always. And I'm like,
I
damn,
never
dude.
downloaded. The only thing, and this is, I hated this era. It was more Kazaa than LimeWire, because people kind of started like reporting it more on LimeWire. It was better P2P interaction. But people would you could edit the significance of the volume on like say iTunes, for example. You could put up the volume of a song by 200% and save it, and then you can have it be shared. And so motherfuckers would click on a song and it would like blow your eardrums out essentially. It would be so fucking loud, and people would do that just to fuck with you. Like, I remember downloading, I wanted some songs from Meteora, and then fucking Easier to Run. I remember that was one that fucked me good. And then it just starts off so loud. I'm like, and you're furious. You're just furious because it's like, there's no payoff if you're the person doing it. You don't get to experience them doing it.
No, it is payoff. Knowing you seek chaos.
I guess.
The thing that I remember most was just getting, I don't know, you'd be like, oh man, Home by Chris Daughtry, let me download this. And then you'd get the Bill Clinton audio of him denying having sexual relations with that woman. Or one other one that I remember was like some guy going, me, like pretending to sleep. And I remember like, this is not Chris Daughtry at all. The fuck? What the hell's going on?
Who's this?
Somebody's got to make a good video about all that shit, man. Like just all that, all the bullshit that people used to do. My favorite was definitely that Link song, that Legend of Zelda song that everyone thought was fucking System of a Down, but apparently it wasn't. Like everyone, I mean, that fooled everybody. Link, he come to town, he's come to save the Princess Zelda. And I was like, oh yeah, it kind of does sound like Surge, so.
It is a really good fucking Surge. It's an unreasonably good Surge impression.
It really is. Let's see. What would we type in? Link. I should probably put in Zelda. Zelda song system.
I thought it was at least like maybe them. I thought it was like a legit System of a Down song that they like were just. It was like I didn't have a word for it at the time, but now I would call it like a shit post. You know what I mean? Like they would just like they made it in like the garage and just like fuck it, let's throw this together for shits and giggles.
Right, and it kind of tracks with them because even in their main LPs they have some bullshit in their songs. So you just weren't surprised that they're like, oh yeah, I believe that they would do this. All right, let's find out who did this.
Apparently I'm seeing Joe Plyman.
Joe Plyman.
Sounds
like a bitch.
Yeah.
He sounds like a bitch.
You sound like a bitch.
Everybody's talking about like
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. What were we talking about? I don't
We
remember.
answered the question, didn't we?
So I think we
Or did
answered
we
the
even get a
question.
chance to answer the question?
I think
Well,
we did.
it wasn't even a question.
No,
it was just
he
somebody
recommended
being
a
like
thing.
he was just talking about my dick, and then we got into a LimeWire rabbit hole. Anyway, let's move on.
Zine dick,
To,
big orange and green. Doubt's dick can't fit in a spleen.
All right, this is a good.
Wow.
And it's just like conception minus the boobs. Well, it's the same as the erection that I get from dude. That's so dumb. That's Smooth by fucking Rob Thomas.
Oh, I didn't realize. That's cool.
It's just like conception
That was
minus
such
the
an half-assed
boobs. Well, it's the
laughter.
same as the erection that I get from dudes.
Dudes.
You got the kind of coming that that's
Lotion.
not bad.
You got the
Yeah.
kind of cummies that makes me so smooth, yeah. Give me your ass, make
Give me
it
some
real.
cum. Let me real.
Give me some cum.
About it.
Give me some cum. Let me fuck these dudes.
Dude, we gotta do that one. We got to do
That's a
fucking
hard.
smooth.
You know what? Yeah,
Is
that
it?
is.
It's not.
That is not a bad.
Bye.
You know what? You know what? I'm down. I am down to do Smooth as the extra ammo today
Yes,
because that's a better idea than the one I
1000%.
had.
I'll
We
do it, I
can
guess,
do it.
but I'm not. I would
We
try
totally
it.
doing it.
We can do it. Kingston, you're
We can do
you're
it.
Hispanic. You can do it.
Yeah, you got
You
it.
can
Get
do
it.
it. Just-
Inherit the
got
spirit
it in Santana.
Anthony Fantano. Is that it? Is that the guy? What's his name?
Anthony Santana.
I can't fucking stand you, bro. That was
The
so
internet's busiest.
disrespectful.
The internet's busiest guitarist.
So disrespectful.
I don't know what
So
Santana sounds like, actually,
disrespectful.
now that I think about it. I don't know what, like, I've never thought about what
Oh, him
Carlos Santana's
talking?
speaking voice sounds like. Yeah,
You're
I can't.
absolutely right,
I actually
actually.
can't conceptualize it even slightly.
Hey, I'm Carlos
All right.
Santana way.
That's so Stop! Stop insulting him in front of me. I'm Carlos Santana way. Chala way, fool. Chala way.
Chales.
Frijoles.
Some
right,
chicharrones.
listen.
and
Chala way, fool. Chala way.
Dude, I could. I would
chupa mi
kill. I
verga,
would
way.
die for. I would die for some good chicharron right now. Actually,
Lillian,
that sounds fucking
hearing
sick.
Mexicans say chala way, fool, is so rare because they very rarely say that.
Yeah, they'll usually just
What's
be
that?
like,
What does that even mean?
chales.
Chala way is like live on or something. I don't know the exact phrase what it means. It means like
Sounds gay.
Pinche puto.
Not like a bad way. Just
it's sort of like opa.
Ew. Don't say that. I don't know
What is
why
that?
I just
What is
can't
that?
stand
What the fuck is
fucking. I
that?
can't stand Portuguese.
opa.
It just pisses me off. It's probably,
All right, listen. Let's move on.
Opa.
The guy whose name I just read, that is the Smooth parody. He wrote in. He says, "Salutations, fellers." It's fellers with a hard R. If you think AC/DC being Scottish Australian is weird, wait until you hear about Freddie Mercury being a Persian Indian born in Zanzibar. I thought everybody knew this. I thought everybody was keenly aware of the fact that he was like this Persian Indian guy.
Oh, like that, like lived in like Britain land.
Africa.
Yeah, his name is like his real name was like Mustafa or something, like some crazy
You know what's
shit.
funny? I'm just realizing that I know nothing about Freddie Mercury. Actually, like
Really?
I actually don't know anything. I don't know, like, say exactly where. I don't know the I've never watched any. That is so funny. I've never watched anything on Queen. Actually, I just enjoyed their music. I don't know anything about
That's
them.
interesting.
He's from South Africa. I know he's from South Africa.
He's from fucking Tanzania. He was born in Tanzania.
Oh, you're sorry. He's from Tanzania. He's from Tanzania, but he's like Persian Indian.
Yeah, his name is like Farouk
Farouk.
Busara. Farouk Busara. Yeah,
Oh,
which sounds like a fucking. That sounds like an elite's name in Halo. But like, yeah, that's him. Yeah, born in Tanzania, which is like he was born in Zanzibar, Stone Town. What? No. Huh?
What?
Excuse me? That's
What,
fucking. That's so
he's not
funny.
Gay? What?
No.
He's
Just
not gay.
because Stone Town and Zanzibar are. That's just so fun. It's not. It's just vaguely amusing to me that that's a very specific Halo map.
Oh,
You know
and-
Zanzibar is
and
a bazaar?
No, I did know that. It's just strange to be. It was just amusing because Stone Town is where he was born, and that's also the name of like a Zanzibar remake in one of the other games too. So I was like, I didn't know.
Oh,
they were
really?
that
So it's called Stone
intertwined.
Town?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that he
Probably a
was
Freddy
born
reference,
there. But
literally.
That must be.
Probably
Maybe.
literally a
Yeah, I
Freddy
wouldn't be
reference, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised necessarily. They like Queen over there. But
I'm
yeah,
really
I
upset his last name is
I'm not surprised by
actually
this.
Mercury. God damn it. I thought he was some fucking liquid metal. I thought he was actually like he was related to Metal Gear Solid. I thought there was something Metal Gear
Derek,
about
no
the
one's
guy.
name is really those names. You know that, right? You know that.
Wait,
Their name's not
you sound
actually
like-
Blackman.
Wait,
It
Alicia
fits too
Keys
much.
isn't Alicia Keys? What do you mean? That's bullshit.
Is her last name actually Keys? I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not.
I don't
No.
know. I just don't
Dan-
know.
Well, I was expecting you to
I just don't know.
go along with what it. Yeah, it is. It is not Alicia Keys. I was trying to. Damn it.
I don't know, Derek. I don't know. That's why I came to you for help.
Sorry,
I didn't know.
that was my fault by using. So I off the top of my head, I couldn't think of another stage name that's so obviously fake. Like that. So Alicia Keys was like the first thing that came to mind because she's a pianist and her name's Alicia Keys. Shut the fuck up. Of course it's fake. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing I
just
thought.
don't know.
Yeah, but I couldn't think of
Her
a
name was
better
Cook,
example
right?
of something more popular. Huh?
Her name was
you say?
Cook, I think. Like Alicia Cook. I think her name was.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Alicia.
Alicia Pot and Pan, Pale
Alicia
maybe.
Mustafa
Bucket.
or something. I think it was Alicia
Mustafa.
Farouk Mustafa.
Nicolas
or
Cage.
something like
Nicolas
that.
Cage
It
is
was
another obvious.
That's a good one.
fake
Vin
name.
Diesel. Vin Diesel is a fucking extremely obvious one.
Isn't his name Francis?
It's no. I think it's even gayer than that. I think it's something like. I think his name's
It's
like
Comely.
Poppycock or something. What? His name's-
Daquan Cumley.
yeah, that's it. His name is
But-
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
That is fucking outrageous. That's his first name.
Okay. Jesus Christ of Nazareth Diesel.
That is such an insane fucking name.
That's
Diesel.
Celebrities.
Diesel. That's his name. Jesus Christ of Nazareth Diesel.
Oh, his name's like Martin Sinclair or something, if I remember correctly. I think it's like Martin Sinclair.
There's certain.
He is
how do
the
you guys
most.
feel
He
about
is the
people?
most stealthily hidden black person in media. Period. He is the most hidden black.
What
How do you guys feel about
what?
about people changing about like celebrities changing their names?
I think if
like
they have
for-
a
for the-
stupid name,
for,
it
like,
makes
the
perfect
fans.
sense.
None of my business.
I think if they have a
Yeah,
stupid
I
sounding
would-
name, it makes sense. Oh, Mark Sinclair.
Yeah,
sorry,
like
Mark Sinclair, not Martin.
like Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde's real last name is apparently Olivia Cockburn. So like I understand.
Is it? yeah. You're
Yeah.
not using that shit. Just like I'm actually surprised at all the people like Marvin Gaye. Like I would've-
Bruno Mars is Peter Hernandez.
that
that's like
tracks. That tracks.
That's like my superintendent. That's
That's
crazy.
literally like every other person that I went to high school with. Like, so that tracks. You know, like
Hernandez.
if your name's Peter, it's like that one fucking. What was that one R&B singer fucking thinking just by calling himself Miguel? I'm like, you're
That's
not
his
gonna,
name, I think.
you're not gonna make it in America. You know, you can make it over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll probably give you some love, but like, you're not gonna be an American R&B artist being named Miguel. It's just not smart marketing. It's stupid. You're shooting yourself in the foot by
They
just
don't
being
like
Miguel.
Miguel.
Okay, well, so here's an interesting
But he
one.
did-
How do
he
you feel
did
about
well,
this
if I
one?
remember,
Katy Perry's real name
Katy
is
Perry?
Kate Hudson. Obviously,
Oh, there's already a Kate Hudson in there.
that's right. So how do you feel about that being the reason why?
That makes perfect
You know what I
sense. I mean, like, you don't want to. That's
I
going
agree.
to be an
I agree.
SEO disaster. Like, you wouldn't want to
true.
do that.
Joaquin Phoenix is Joaquin Bottom? Really?
Are you serious? He's a bottom? Damn, dude. I
Damn, that
expected
means
more of
wait,
Commodus.
his brother. So his brother was River Bottom.
His last name is Bottom, really?
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
I guess
according
that
to
makes-
this list.
I knew who else. I know Matt Mercer from Critical Role. His last name was like Marks or something like that at first.
Yeah,
And he
anytime
changed
you
it to
hear someone
Mercer.
have a cool last name, I know it's fake. Like it's
Yeah,
almost
No,
Mercer's
like
not
it
real.
was just the other side of his family's name. That's it. It was like the other side. She's like, I'm just gonna take their name.
oh, so there was
because that
Right,
makes
but
more
it's not his.
sense.
yeah. Like anytime I hear like a cool like like they'll adopt it like
Because there's your mother's last name, right? Like my father's
Mercer.
last name is Jackson,
no, I get it.
right?
Yeah, Kingston Jackson
My
would be
last-
crazy.
Jackson's my father's last name.
Kingston
Kingston
Jackson.
Jackson.
That
That's
shit.
it's a weird name.
I'm
But
glad you don't go-
I could have taken my grandma's name too, because the last name is either Floyd or Santiago.
So wait, then what the fuck is what is your real last name? What is that one related
My
to?
grandmother. So what happens is my grandmother was married before my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
So she was a Jameson before. She was a Floyd beforehand. She was born a Floyd. Her other side was Santiago. Then she had Graham, then Jameson.
God
She was
damn.
married 2 times.
She had a lot of names. So then you
Yes,
took
a lot.
Man, Santiago would have been dope. That sounds like pussy getting name.
Santiago. It
Hello,
wouldn't
I
have
am
fit.
Kingston Santiago.
I would have had to explain so much more by being Latino than I am now. They'd be like,
Kingston
you even
Santiago's
changed your
a-
name, Darky, to be one of us, really? It's like, no.
Kingston Santiago is a good name. That's a really
Kingston
solid one.
Santiago.
What is?
I
Do you
will
guys know
fuck
Jamie
your
Foxx's
pussy.
real name? I want you to guess what Jamie Foxx's real name is.
Jameson
Jamie Dog?
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I think you're
You're
fired.
such a stupid asshole. Jamie
Fired.
Dog.
With 2 G's.
Jamie Dog.
With 2 G's, yeah, like how like Snoop Dogg and them do it. Like that's where they got it from. They stole it from him. They're like, I like
That's
that. I
just
like
funny.
I
I don't
like
care
the
what you
2
guys
G's,
say. I
yo.
don't care.
I think it's
That's
Jameson
funny as fuck.
Foxworthy. Jameson Foxworthy is his name.
Jameson
Foxworthy.
Foxworthy.
Yeah.
His real name is fucking Eric.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel
Eric
like Jamie,
Bishop.
he's such a Jamie though.
See, now that's bullshit. But Eric Bishop, maybe
It's real.
because there's a wrestling promoter with a similar name, Eric Bischoff.
Bischoff is the fucking
he
goat.
made fucking WCW when they were whooping the WWE's ass back in the day when they were WWF, right? So Eric Bischoff maybe is like, that's too similar. That's too similar. I'm Jimmy Fox.
Ashton Kutcher's
Why are
name
you
is
lisping?
I don't know.
Ashton
Similar.
Kutcher's real name is Chris. What the hell is that?
What? No, really? I thought his. Wait.
His middle name is Ashton.
Oh.
Christopher Ashton Kutcher.
Okay.
I don't know. Chris Kutcher sounds like a pretty cool fucking
Chris
name. to
Kutcher's
me.
a way
problem is
better.
that
I
Chris
hate
is too
that.
common of a
Can I
name.
be honest? I hate. Yeah,
I guess so.
You're right, but Chris Kutcher rolls off the tongue though. It really does.
It does.
Ashton-
Yeah.
Ashton is just a. I'm sorry. I think that is objectively the whitest name on earth. I
Tanner.
think.
Ashton.
Tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner Hunter Ashton.
Wow.
Damn.
Can you imagine having that name? Like you're a ghost. You're fucking.
And Sebastian.
that's
and Sebastian.
Sebastian.
That's like
to
the
me-
ghost of
There are
that's the ghost
black
of a
people
snowman.
named Sebastian.
I know a lot
But
of
that's
Sebastians.
because their parents wanted to help them out.
I feel like it's kind of a it could be, I don't know, it could be a helper or a hindrance. I think Sebastian's kind of like in the middle. You have that stupid crab or lobster, whatever it was, and then you have Sebastian Bach,
Don't
that
say
idiot
that.
from
Sebastian is the most famous Jamaican character in media. Don't disrespect him like that, all
And
right?
what
That
does
is
that
not
say
true.
to
That's
you?
not true at all.
What does that say to you, brother?
That's not true at all.
Who's more famous than Sebastian the lobster crab?
Sebastian's the most famous Jamaican
the Grim
ever.
Reaper.
Grim is not more famous than Sebastian. I'm sorry, Chris.
Grim is
To
more
us,
famous
to
than
us,
Sebastian.
he is.
Shut the
he is
fuck
not.
up, Chris.
He is not. He is not. The Grim Reaper
Yeah,
from Billy Mandy's the
definitely.
most famous Jamaican ever. What are you talking about? What are you guys stupid?
You know all those Disney remakes of fucking The Adventures of
Billy and
Billy and
Mandy?
Mandy?
Grim Adventures.
What if Sebastian
Oh,
was
man.
more well known than Bob Marley? Wouldn't that be insane? Wouldn't that
definitely
be
is.
out of pocket? It's like
I mean, the children.
It wouldn't be out of pocket. That's definitely real.
Bob Marley was singing. He's doing concerts in America, and the people are booing him and saying, "Bring
you
out
sound
Sebastian.
like Sebastian.
Bring out Sebastian, you fraud!
Bring out the fucking crab, lobster, whatever.
yeah, whatever
Bring it
that
out.
thing is." Because like when you
One love.
when you look at
One heart.
Sebastian,
Shut up, nigga. Shut up, you fuzzy haired nigga.
Imagine he just gave up though at a certain point. He was like, "Fine." Bob Marley comes out. He's like, "The grass is always greener."
people are like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
Sebastian!
people are passing out like the groupies and shit. They're just fucking.
Yeah.
One guy screams so loud he almost evolves, bro. He's
He just gets spikes on his shoulder.
He doesn't even know the words.
people are chewing on their own mouths, bro. People are gumming their own teeth.
There are people in the audience. There are people in the audience who are tearing themselves in half.
Beep bop bop beep bop beep bop bop beep bop bop beep bop beep.
Beep.
All right, let's move on. Let's get the fuck.
This is the most disrespectful I've been to my own culture ever.
Thank you. I've been
Grass
Bob.
is always greener. Nowhere the ocean floor.
I'm Bob.
Bring out a poo. Bring out a poo.
Bring out a poo now.
This is the most insane concert in human history. It's the most wild concert.
Apu, Bob Marley, and Sebastian the Crab.
Oh my
That
god,
is fucked.
You're just sitting in the crowd looking around like, what?
bro! What am I?
happening?
Why am I? Why are people passing out and dying? What is?
It's like a Michael.
It's like a Michael Jackson, yeah, dude.
It's like a Michael Jackson.
People are literally Kermiting. They're like Kermit waving at this shit.
Yay!
You watch someone die next to you. Someone legitimately dies next to you, and you're like,
They die and they fall on the ground and then they start like disappear. They like despawn.
or they die. Have you ever seen the Brad Pitt World War Z movie?
Yeah.
Where they die and their body starts doing those weird twitches, those really weird like internal twitches, and they get back
remember
up
that
and they start
movie?
screaming again.
Kingston, do you guys remember that movie? Do you remember the guy who fucking
Who ran and broke his head immediately?
No, he didn't. No, he ran up a ramp and then
slipped.
like fell and shot himself.
I cried watching that, dude.
Damn, I didn't actually
Anyway.
watch that movie. That shit looked gay as fuck to me. To be honest,
It's not very good. Just that scene is funny, but like you don't have to watch the whole movie. Anyway, let's move on. We got four more. We could run through these pretty.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Fairly
keep
quickly.
this a little light. I gotta pick up my fucking or a little earlier than
right
usual. A little bit earlier than usual
No
because
worries.
All right, yeah, we'll figure
God,
it
I
out.
want to die. All right, go ahead.
All right,
God,
so
I want to die, Derek Pilot.
Calandro Sucks Toes wrote it, and he says, "Hello, gang. First time Patreon gang, long time viewer since episode 0. Welcome aboard, man. My question to you guys: any funny stories when smoking the devil's lettuce? I smoked for the first time at my buddy's place. After the session, I constantly said I love you to my girlfriend when I came home. That's not funny, by the way. There's
Well, maybe
nothing
it's funny to
about
him
that
because
story.
he's like one of those Andrew Tate people. Like, you disrespect women at all times. You always disrespect women and play chess. And then he said, "I love you," and he's like, "Oh,
always
dude."
disrespect women and play chess. I can't with you. I cannot with you, Derek.
Isn't that fucking like? Isn't that his entire thing? Like he just.
I always disrespect women and play chess.
Oh, you
That's
just need to
all I
disrespect
got
women.
in me, dude.
You gotta make sure you take out the king, and then you fucking slap your woman. You let her know who's boss. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's good advice, I guess. It's better than clean your room.
Wife. You gotta beat your wife every day. You have to beat her every single
better
day.
than
You have
clean
to.
your room.
Yeah, it's better than fucking.
Look,
what was that?
yeah,
The 12 rules of being a dumb piece of shit or whatever. What was it called?
I don't remember. I don't think that's what it was, but I think you're probably on the right track.
The 12 rules of being a dumb piece of shit.
I don't know, man.
Derek,
Funny-
I hate you. I fucking hate you, dude. I fucking hate you, dude. I really don't like you, bro.
Sorry,
I
I'm
can't
fucking-
believe you fucking.
I'm sorry. I'm releasing some fucking. I had a bad morning. I had a bad fucking morning. Fucking, my doctors are fucking wilding out, and I just got energy to release.
The
Fucking-
12 rules about being a dumb piece of shit.
All right.
You'd read that book though, wouldn't you?
I'd read it fucking cover to cover, bro.
Easily.
Cover to motherfucking
Weed
cover, I'd
stories,
read that
huh?
shit.
I think the only one that I can remember really
Yeah.
was accidentally eating 7 pot brownies at one of the first get-togethers I had
7?
in California. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris overdid it.
Like
Chris
small
really
miniature
overdid it.
brownies, or like a normal, like, you know, like those squares, those bigger ones.
I mean, they were like small squares, I guess. Like they were.
Well, that's better because
I
I,
don't know,
was like,
I'd say like maybe like.
no, that's
like that?
that's like a normal sized brownie. Like 7 of those. Like,
Yeah,
sounds
I had a lot.
That
Yeah.
sounds like. How did you?
Dude, we were all hot. We didn't. So I knew there were prop brownies, but it was like I was like, I'm gonna eat one, whatever. And then I remember getting home. We were all in the house. This is back when I was up the living room in our apartment in Glendale. And I walked in his room and was like, yo, dude, I'm so high, it's crazy. And Chris turned to me and he looked like, remember saw the SpongeBob when he was like inside the house all day? And he turned and he was like, like a goblin. Chris looked at me and I didn't see Chris. I saw like a creature. And I was like, you're right. He was like, yo, I'm sick, dude. And
I'm
went
sick, dude.
We were high well into the morning. Well into that morning, dude.
Yeah,
It was
I remember
disgusting.
specifically because it was one of the first times that I'd been. It was one of my first real like times socializing as an adult on my own out here. So I was like at our friend Joe's house. He had a party with all these people that like I had only like known for like maybe like a few weeks at that point, starting a new life out here. And I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. It's like there's people bring stuff to the party or whatever. And I had not really been a smoker at all prior to this, or a drinker before. Like I just didn't really do that shit at all. So I got to this party, and then there's a bunch of food there, and I'm eating, and here are these brownies. And I'm like, I have one, and I'm like, oh, they taste a little weird, but like my assumption immediately was like, oh, California, maybe they're vegan. That was my assumption. It was like, maybe there's like, and I was technically right, there's a plant in the brownies.
fucking hemp.
But like I just assumed like, oh, I don't know, fucking vegan brownies, gluten free, I don't know, maybe there's some dietary thing that's making these taste weird, whatever. So I had 1, I had 2, I had 3. And they were really good. And I was fucking hungry. So I had 2 more. I had 5. And then I went to grab my 6th one. And somebody was like, hey, how many of those have you had? And I said, well, like 5. He's like, you know that these have weed in them, right? And I'm like, oh. But I was like, I don't really feel anything. So there must not be a lot. So whatever. I had 2 more. And then I got home. Because I didn't understand. Like how much like the idea of dosages in as far as like weed or like being high, like I didn't understand them. I figured like if I wasn't feeling anything now after 5, what would 2 more? Like 2 more is probably not going to make a difference.
I guess.
Or maybe I figured like 2 more is going to make me high. Actually, is how I'm feeling about it. Like I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
2 more
So-
is gonna digivolve you.
Yeah.
Digimon, shut up.
I don't remember much about what happened afterwards, but I do remember. I have a very vivid memory of lying down on my carpet in my room, staring at my light, like staring at the light and laughing because the lights looked sharp to me. And I don't know why that was funny. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that makes sense.
That's weed.
But it's what it's what I thought at the time. And then I woke up the next day kind of high still. But all things considered, I'm surprised I'm surprised that didn't fucking kill me.
Surprised I didn't die.
Yeah, I'm assuming that there wasn't that many milligrams of it in there. First and foremost, though, like the problematic nature
like it was
of
light.
Some fucking dipshit leaving weed brownies with all the other food. Like that person should be stomped out. Like this is not. That's just
Well,
not.
no,
That's not
No,
proper etiquette.
everyone there
No.
knew. Everyone knew. They knew it was weed brownies. The problem is, I think Chris came in after. I think that's what happened.
Even so, you don't put them together with all the food. You just don't for that specific reason.
I agree.
You just don't do that. Your drugs are separated
Yeah.
from your other fucking edibles. Because that's just not how. First of all, I don't like bringing drugs to a party anyway. I don't think that's just not my type of party. Like people have their own drugs, and then there's so many. Me being from California, the amount of horror stories I fucking hear about people ODing because of shit like this. Not on weed, but just other drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it happens like in this scenario where people are unaware.
It'll happen. You'll get fucked over. It happens.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, but luckily it was just weed, and it won't kill you. Like,
yeah, that was just that was really. I mean, I was like 22, 23, probably not even at that point. Like that was what 20. You were there, right, Kingston?
Yeah, I was
there.
I was 20. I was still 22, so you're still 22.
Yeah. So
wild.
yeah. So I mean, it was pretty. It was a pretty long time ago.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily. I wasn't super comfortable, so I didn't even feel good asking people like what was what.
Do you remember?
It's a very different person.
Do you remember when it started to kick in?
No. I that night is gone.
Yeah.
Like I do not remember why that party took place. I only remember like one or two people that was even there. I don't remember how I got home. I don't remember anything. I just remember laying down on my floor when I got home, staring at the light, laughing at how sharp it was, and being confused, and then falling asleep. And I slept so good.
Yeah,
but that's the only story that I can really
sleep,
remember.
Bro, you are gone. You are gone with your pot infused sleep. You are sleeping hard. The only thing I hate about smoking weed is that when I have really intense dreams about nothing. So I wake up like sweating, and I'm like, "What did I dream about?" And it was just nothing. It was like lying down. It was just like I had an intense lying down session, and I'm sweating. I literally can't stand smoking anymore. Now, like in my current adult self, I refuse to smoke weed. I can't do it.
I was never really. I don't
like smoking.
I smoked the first time like peer pressure. It was peer pressure.
The classic.
Drunk as shit at a party, and my friend wouldn't take no for an answer. And so whatever. And
I think
just I guess that is pretty normal.
Nothing crazy.
Peer pressure.
Everybody smokes peer pressure.
I think the only reason I even started at all, I really had no interest or intent to start smoking weed at all. And I think still to this day I've smoked weed like in joint form probably fewer than 30 times, fewer than 20 times for sure. I think maybe I don't know, maybe 15 times.
Same,
max.
Probably I would say fewer than 20 as well. I haven't smoked weed that much. I've only done edibles twice,
but
both times are awful for me.
I've done edibles a ton.
Yeah, they don't
edibles I like.
I hate.
I actually hate edibles.
They don't.
They sneak up on me way more.
My thing is
they sneak up on me, dude.
My edibles have to be activated. Well, the two times they're activated by having regular food afterwards. Where I had an entire brownie, I was fine, I drank some beers, and I'm like, I don't feel anything, this is bullshit. Went to Denny's later on in the night, and when I took a bite of my burger, and it started going into my stomach, that's when liftoff happened while I'm at Denny's. And I was like, what the fuck? And then same deal with my supervisor for my job that I shouldn't have, my accounting job. He gave me a weed Jolly Rancher while I was on the job, and then same thing at my lunch. I went to the Greek place next door, got some fries, and then fucking tunnel vision. I started freaking out. My friend, I'm like, bro, I told him, I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna pass out. He's like, nah, dude, just fucking go sit down. He's like, just go fucking sit down. Because I was just like looking at everyone, like it looked like I was looking through like a spyglass, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna pass out for sure. And he's like, just go fucking sit down.
I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying.
I just want to. I was like, fuck, I'm at work. I don't want like the supervisor was just a redneck piece of shit, but the main boss, I was like, I can't let him see me like this. Like I got scared.
I respect him too much. You can't see me this high. It's so embarrassing. I hate this.
Yeah, I really had no intent. We were at, I don't know. I think the first time was like I was at a party, and then this girl that I kind of had a crush on was like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
I was like, I didn't want to smoke at all.
I'll do literally anything you ever ask me to. I will do anything you ask me to.
Well, no, it wasn't
my best
that.
friends are here. I'll kill them for you. If you show me one nip, I will slaughter them.
That's crazy. Sure. That is. It wasn't that. It wasn't that insane. I was just like, oh, this is a good opportunity to talk to this person. It wasn't that fucking nuts.
I'll eat somebody.
Holy
here,
hell.
whole.
Do it, you pussy.
But then I didn't know how to do it, so I choked it as it was so bad. The worst mistake ever.
So you gotta be like, oh, you show me, baby? Show me how to smoke, baby. And then you fucking...
You see that kid over there, that dumb black kid over there? I'll slit his throat for you. Easy.
Can you imagine saying that to someone that you've known for like a few weeks that you just kind of like? He's like, you see that dumb black kid over there? I'll kill him for you.
You commit a hate crime.
I'll feed on him for you. Hard.
Hate crimes are hard.
The fucking
Homicide
guttural.
is so hot. And then you're like fucking now murdering a bunch of people for a nipple.
That's crazy. I don't even think I would get up.
She just shows you just the
Epstein
the
wasn't killed.
little top of the nipple.
Epstein wasn't killed. He was raptured into heaven. Wrote in. He says, "Hello, Schizo Demons. If Keith David shows up on the podcast, that is legally your last episode. What will be your individual plans post Snark Tank?
Oh, post Snark Tank.
We'll just start another show.
Yeah, it's the same
probably.
show, but it's not called Snark Tank.
We'll just
Probably.
Yeah, we'd have to end Snark Tank. We'll figure out I don't know. We'll figure out some better name. We're not going to tell you our ideas for it because then you'll just take
You'll
them.
just,
Exactly.
just take
Dumb-
it, copyright
you
it.
dumb rabbit fuck. You rabid idiot bitch. Slam on your neck as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Anyway, Snapple owns Yoo-Hoo wrote in. He says, "Greetings, boys. What is the worst thing you've ever participated in during middle school? For me, it was when during a large Nerf battle at our church's youth group, one of the kids had a mental breakdown and began to walk in a big loop around the building and was unresponsive. Nobody asked if he was okay, not even the church members running the event. Some of us battled around him like a payload cart in TF2. That is fucking crazy. He's just like an environmental hazard."
That is madness. That is madness.
Yeah,
They're just
that's
watching
around
this
the
kid
schizophrenic.
That's
read
fucking
ducks.
church for you, man. You're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Your fucking parents tied.
Whatever.
We're good. We're fucking good,
I'll pray
bro.
for him.
Yeah. I'll pray for him.
I may pray for him.
I may,
Maybe, perhaps.
I may pray for him. This
Just
dumb,
maybe.
I may pray.
dumb kid. I'll send him to hell.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything. I don't know if
Yeah,
I have anything
as far
really.
as
Like middle school is so long ago at this point that like I don't. If there were things like this, no way in hell I can remember. I guess like the only thing that I could think of, and I've told this story before, is when I convinced that kid who was like a couple grades younger than me that I was an alien, and that I was getting ready to destroy the earth.
Yeah, that's badass.
And he really believed it, and he was so scared.
Stupid dumbass kid.
He was so scared. So
That kid's
terrified.
dumb as toast and piss, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his name was Derek too, but it was like
that's
the
fucked up.
normal,
Oh,
the normal
D-E-R-E-K?
Derek, not. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fucked up. You said that's a normal Derek. That's,
you know what I mean.
what am I? What am I?
I mean, it is the.
What am I?
It is, you're the
I'm the
abnormal Derek.
freak.
If somebody had,
I'm the freak. Say it.
Yes.
Say what you mean.
yeah, people don't normally spell it that. It would be like if somebody spelled their name Chris with a K. It's like that's not the normal way to spell Chris. It's
Yeah,
a fine way to spell
that's
Chris,
fu-
but it's not the normal way.
I actually disagree. I don't think it's fine at all. I think that's psychotic, and you're gonna end up a fucking murderer. Like I feel like murderers are born by parents making dumb decisions like that.
Yeah, mildly stupid decisions will make sociopaths 100%.
I truly believe it's you always how come a fucking chick from the South named Bertha, how come she's fat as fuck? How come people named Simon happen to get into the sciences? How come fucking people that have two names stitched together all end up being psychopaths? Like it's just you're twisting their fucking minds, man. You stop it. Stop.
Just don't give them a name.
Yeah, that
Stop
would
killing people. You're killing people.
How do you how would you address them? Like untitled
Hey!
or you? Hey, you! Like what do you do?
Hey,
Just hey.
hey, get in here.
Can you? I've never
Oh,
thought
man.
about that. Are you required by law to name people? Like that sounds like a stupid question, but at the same
Like if
time,
you
I
have a
don't
kid,
know.
like,
Yeah,
like if you have a kid, you can't not name him, huh?
yeah.
You
Like,
have to
is
name
that
a child, yeah.
is that like really like because
You have to.
And apparently, is there? Because somebody said there was no laws against naming them a slur, but is that true? I mean
You
not just a
cannot
slur.
name your child a slur. That's
Sorry,
crazy.
not a slur. I meant a bad word. Like, like is that like somebody told me that I never looked it up because I was too lazy. That like there was no rules against if you want to name your kid fuck. I think you could. That sounds wrong. That doesn't sound like correct to me. But at the same time, I feel like nobody's that insane enough to do it, so that's why it's never happened.
Right.
Let's see. Can I
Jesus
name
Christ.
my
Can you
kid?
imagine bothering? Can you
son
imagine even
mega
bothering
N-word?
having a son, having a kid,
Hey,
like
what-
putting in? It's like you're about to. You're making this big choice, and you're putting your wife through hell, and then all for a fucking joke.
You're right. What is guess what the number one auto completion in Google is? Can I name my kid blank? Guess what the
Hitler.
name is?
Hitler.
No, good guess though. Think more autistic.
Goku.
think-
Sonic.
Close. Sorry, I should have said autistic, but just think more terminally online.
Can I? Elon.
You guys are so. You were closer with the cartoon character kind of.
Oh, can I name my son SpongeBob?
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could, but it's
Yeah.
Shrek. It's Shrek. It auto-completed Shrek.
That is fucking wild. I wonder how many Shreks there are. There must be at least 2 Shreks.
There must be a
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
Shreks.
There
Let's
must be at
see.
minimum at least 2 Shreks living in the U.S. today. How many Shreks are there? How many Shreks are there in the U.S.?
How many Shreks are currently walking around right now?
How many Shreks? It's
That's
just
so
telling me how many
fucking
Shrek movies.
Stupid.
Is anyone named Shrek? What? No, come on, that's so disappointing.
There's no Shrek. There's no like Shrek Bryans.
Well, so here's the summary. Here's the summary according to My Name Statistics, which is like, I don't know who the fuck knows how valid this is. Shrek is ranked 268,916th most popular name given in the United States with an estimated population of 5. This name is in the first percentile. This means that nearly 99% of all first names are more popular. And there are 0.0 people named Shrek for every 100,000 Americans. This name is used most often as a last name 90% of the time, based on the analysis of 100 years worth of data from the Social Security Administration.
So people change their last name to Shrek? Is that what that
I
said?
don't know,
They
man.
used their as a last name? Is that what that you said?
Yeah.
I
How the
don't fucking
fuck? Oh, summary. The race. What the fuck? The race.
What the fuck?
Summary. The race and Hispanic origin distribution of the people with the name Shrek is 40% white, 1.3% Hispanic origin, 17.4% black, 37.8% Asian or Pacific Islander, 2% 2 or more races, and 1% American Indian or Alaskan Native. So there are very few Native Alaskan Shreks.
They're not a thriving breed.
just by default.
I can't.
So, I
fucking
guess,
continue. All right, last question.
States, yeah. I was just gonna say about the bad words thing. Some states are banning it, but I don't think every state bans it because I think
Could
maybe
you
because
imagine
of common
adopting
sense.
a black child just to name it N-word?
Oh my god.
I mean,
There would, I can imagine some people that live in the South that would think that's hilarious.
Just
This
terrible
is how we
humans,
get back
dude.
at them. This is how we get back at them. We adopt them.
We're gonna
name
raise this kid and treat him good, but also name him N-word.
It's hilarious. All right, last one.
the last one, SS Officer Sweeney wrote in. He says, "Greetings, boys. I have filled my brain with all 400 plus hours of this dumbass podcast. Woo! Damn, there's that many. Jesus Christ. And now that I have enough money to ask questions, I just have one. Which of the Snark Tank spinoffs is your favorite? Chris and Sweeney, Derek and Sweeney. My absolute favorite would be that one time everything broke and Chris was forced to do the last half of the podcast by himself like a schizo. I put this in the specific. I put this in the episode specifically because I don't remember this. Did this happen? Did I have to finish an episode by myself?
I don't remember.
That
It
Yeah.
doesn't sound
Possible?
impossible though.
I mean,
yeah, but I have no recollection of this. I remember doing the solo episodes. We've done solo episodes in the past, but like I do not remember everything breaking to the point where like I had to do it by myself.
I would say link that episode because maybe it's a possibility that like maybe it was at the point where I started editing and I fucked it up and then you were the only track left or something. I don't know, dude. That would be funny. That would be funny as fuck. I feel like I would have been aware of that happened though. Like if it would have
right.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. Like I definitely like leave the episode number or whatever what that one was because I don't remember that either.
Yeah, if it's your favorite, link it to us because I sincerely have no memory of that happening.
Yeah,
which is wild and deeply concerning.
You know, a lot of times the balance is, I think the balance is good with three of us. So a lot of times when there's like somebody lacking, there's a little bit like you notice it. But we did an extra ammo. It was just Sween and I, and we created a movie called Shut the Fuck Up that I really liked. I actually was
Shut
like
the Fuck Up the musical.
It was like what was it? No, it was a movie that Biden fucking causes the new nuclear holocaust, like the Third World War, because he goes to sit down with Putin, but he's so fucking like dementia riddled at that point. He strolls into the meeting thinking he's a clown, so he's wearing clown makeup and a clown costume, and he's doing tricks on Putin and squirting him with water, and Putin is so embarrassed, he fucking body flops on all of the nuclear buttons. Like, you know, there's just like nuclear buttons that like direct
so
all of the nukes and stuff, and he just fucking slams his whole body on him and then just destroys Russia, which causes a nuclear winter. And because of that, comedy is forever banned in the new fucking when humanity resets.
I remember there's no more comedy
there's
allowed.
No more
you
comedy.
Can't make jokes.
And so the movie's called Shut the Fuck Up. That was you. Like, what it should be called? I'm trying to think of something clever. This dude just says "Shut the fuck up." And I'm like, okay, sure, that's it.
Fuck up the fucking film. The idea of a film being called "Shut the Fuck Up" is crazy.
I thought that was good. I was like, oh, that was money.
It is good.
That's Biden just shut his dementia-ridden ass up. There'd still be jokes and laughter.
I love that he made it all the way there. Nobody checked him. He was a clown the entire way, flying in the fucking Air Force One and all this shit. Just
as a clown, he's sitting down peacefully too. Like, it's not even like a fucking wild clown. He's just kind of sitting there waiting to get to where he needs to get.
Yeah.
Just looking out the window. He's ordering food normally.
Yeah, he's like
this is the most lucid he's been ever in like years.
I really hope we get
He starts getting goofy as fuck.
As soon as he steps off the plane,
he gets silly as shit, dude.
That's good. Yeah,
I want to see a clown hit somebody in the face with a pie and kill him. And I think that'd be a really funny thing.
I want
to close to it and
breaks their neck.
What was that? Killer Clowns from Outer Space is probably the closest thing you'll see to that.
Nah, because they're trying to be scary. Like, they're trying to be scary. I want silly to a dangerous degree. Like, I want so silly it's like fucking dangerous.
He's got to watch that scene, man, where he like kills. I can't remember if he's a cop or security guard. Same shit, whatever. And then they just throw pies at him until he dies. Like he just. What are you gonna do with them pies, boys?
Until he dies.
And then he threw pies at him and he dies. I was like,
this movie's pies, boy,
amazing. Dude, they're making a fucking Killer Clown video game. I think it might be coming out this year.
It's coming out this year. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited.
Should be fun.
Oh man. So before we get into the credits, which we will get into very, very quickly, I do think I kind of want to get into a habit of reading the comments, or like reading some of the comments that were on the last episode from our Patreon members as we close out the show. Because I think it would be cool to kind of like, because we never really address any of the things that we never really talk about the reaction to the stuff from last episode, and this last episode had some really funny ones. Silk Song Believer wrote, he says, seeing that the credits started with like 50 minutes left brings me so much joy. Sweeney's girlfriend archive says watching porn on 4 screens like you're Mr. Spock is crazy.
The virtual with Iron Man, where he's like moving everything around.
Yeah, you ever watch Minority Report? You ever see Minority Report with
No.
freak's name, that little freak, the Top Gun guy? I can't remember his name.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, thank you. I
said
can't remember
that
his
little
name.
freak. I hate you.
That little freak.
I hate you.
To be fair, I think he's like an inch taller than me or something. But yeah, he just
No, he's
He's
not.
taller than us. He's
Yeah,
taller
I
than
think
us.
He's
for
not
sure.
taller than you, Derek.
I think he is. I
He's
think
your
he's like 5'7" or something.
He's your height.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
is.
I thought
He's
he
taller
was
than us.
5'7".
He's 5'7".
Let's see. Yeah,
Aren't
yeah,
you
he's
5'7"?
1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch. Yeah.
No, Derek's
I feel like I might be
5'6".
5'5" now though, because I think my disc collapsed, and I have this crease in my neck. Like I seriously think my disc in my neck collapsed, and then I'm just a little bit shorter now. Dude, people who have neck issues, it happens. Like people get their fucking
That's
disc
terrifying.
corrected, and then they'll grow. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm like an inch taller now," and I'm like, "Bro," because I see these creases in my neck that I'm like, "Oh, my shit's been kind of crouched down. I didn't used to have these creases in my fucking neck." So I'm like, what are you gonna do? I think my head's smashing my neck.
Well, what are you gonna do? So this is love.
Somebody wrote in, Bacon wrote, he says, "Fuck you guys, Connor was awesome." Agree to disagree.
Connor, what?
Because we were talking about Assassin's Creed. We were talking about Assassin's Creed on the last episode of Assassin's Creed 3.
Connor was fine. I didn't hate him. He just wasn't memorable to me. He didn't fucking.
Yeah, he was
That's a
forgettable.
stupid
He wasn't
fuck.
bad. He was forgettable, which I think is
Yeah.
kind of worse. In some
That's
ways.
a
Especially
dumb fuck right there.
stop
Connor's
starting.
cool.
I don't want to play fucking kid version. Like that's the first thing you do. You start off being kid version of Connor. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to do this? Ever in any game. I don't want to be kid version of badass warrior ever.
All right. Propane is a hell of a drug. I tell you what, wrote in. He says, that buffalo talk really had me wanting to peel my face off. Which is
Should have done it.
appropriate.
Should have done it. Should have done it. Why don't you do
You
it
should have
next
done it
time?
and sent it to us.
I'm sure some fucking autistic guy that
mail
just
us your
knows
face.
everything about buffalo. I'm sure that's what this guy is just like.
Why don't you do it? Why don't instead of talking
actually-
about it? Why don't instead of talking about it next time you peel your face off? How about that?
Yeah.
don't
Actually,
you
I am a
do that?
fucking certified. I am a certified buffologist, and I know a lot about the buffaloes.
You go buff
And,
all of my dick in your mouth, you fucking loser.
Speaking of that, real quick. Speaking of that, I did remember because I did look up while I was editing the podcast. Horses did used to exist in North America, but they went extinct.
Oh.
They migrated into Siberia like fucking everybody did back in the day. They all just they're like either they went across or they went. You know, they always use that bridge from Alaska to Russia.
land
that
bridge,
used to
Bridge,
exist,
whatever
right?
it's called.
Yeah. So horses they migrated. And then the ones that stay behind, they went extinct. And then the colonizers brought them back to North America. So I just want to clarify that. But technically I was correct, but then also not really.
The colonizers.
Or I guess technically I was wrong, but whatever. Yeah, the colonizers. Literally when I was reading an explanation, people they called them colonizers. I was just like, well, it is accurate. They literally colonized the area and fucking brought them sweet horses.
They took everything from me. They stripped
And then the last-
everything
They
from me.
gave me English. I want to speak
The
fucking
last,
Bukamikandam.
The last two, I asked The Rock for his autograph. I told him my name is Derek Blackman. He death gripped my balls and said it's about dick. Wrote in. He says, I know that.
Can you imagine?
He said, it'd be insane. But he said, I know that porn scene, dead ass.
Let's go.
Which is fucking so funny.
That
Let's
makes me
go.
There's a
so
couple
sad that
there was a couple of comments like that. There was just like, I know exactly what they're talking about. That Belladonna vid was way easy to find. Was one of them from Unnamed Drone. So that's
go.
funny. There was one other one that I wanted to read before we the artist formerly known as Seaman M wrote in. He says, please make an entire extra ammo dedicated to Sweeney reading hate comments. Miles Morales has bioelectric powers, not electrokinesis. Sweeney massages his throat with Miles's cock, and he deserves his imaginary piss drinker of a spouse.
This nigga just said that bioelectricity and electrokinesis aren't damn near this.
They're not the same.
You see. This is the stuff that bothers me, right? This motherfucker with his whole chest, right? His whole chest, he was like, I got him. I got him. I got him. It's not the same thing because I saw a different word. It is the same fucking thing, dude. It is literally the same kind of power. It's the same power.
Broadly, it is, but the implication
it is the same fucking power.
The implication of electrokinesis means that you can channel energy in a very, very controlled way versus general electric bioelectric powers just kind of means you have the power to channel electricity. It doesn't necessarily mean you can control it with the effectiveness of like making a fucking shape out of it. That's kind of the difference. Because kinesis implies telekinesis.
That's kind of the difference. Biokinesis means you can control electricity. Like kinesis means you can control. That's what kinesis means. It's just control of element.
But control is different. Yeah. Control is different than simply like powers. You know, like, would you say that Cyclops has laser kinesis? You know, like,
I wouldn't say that because Cyclops never shows the ability to do it other than it just pouring out of his eyes. I know what you mean.
Right.
But when Miles Morales shoots lightning out of his hands, that's electrokinesis, and he's been doing that for a while. You know?
But I don't think he can. But I guess my thing is like even
in
the games
he can. Now literally
maybe
he can
in the comics
control it.
But maybe in the comics it used to be different. But like from my understanding and by playing the game, every electric power that he uses, it's kind of like generating around his fist, and he like hits people with it, or he shoots like a general kind of like spread. It's almost like a shotgun blast of electricity, where it's not like he's controlling exactly where he's going. He's just kind of like directing a really unruly fountain of electricity. So that to me is like
it's not Storm. It's not Storm.
That's right.
It's not Storm's level of control, or I would say even Thor's, right? But it's still
what I'm saying is
power.
That's why I used the spit analogy last time.
Yeah.
Which I think makes sense. It's because like you can spit on somebody, but you can't really control it once it's out of you. It's just kind of unruly the second it's out.
You aim and shoot it. That's it. Pretty much.
Right.
Granted, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. I think him having the power to create an electric sword is cool in moments, but I think it's very unnecessary because he has so many powers already. Spider-Man already has so many powers, you know? As Spider-Man, he's super strength, super speed, enhanced durability, he can heal, he's fast as fuck, he can fucking lift 10 tons, all that shit, it's pretty impressive, right? Now, one power I like is that Miles has a spider sense, similar to Peter's. It's not quite as strong.
This isn't an interview about what powers you like.
Let me skip my spider piece real quick. Right? He has a spider sense. It's not quite as strong as Peter's, so he can't detect danger quite as well. But what happens is he has electric powers as well. He can sense electricity in the general area. I think that is cool.
I think that's gay-ass bitch boy shit.
I think you're a gay ass bitch. I think you wrote it because you're a gay ass bitch boy. You gay and dumb. You gay.
Yeah, I wrote it. What that fucking.
Derek loaded it. We're making fun of it, and Derek's just sitting there quiet, getting his idea shat on.
All right.
Fucking Kingston.
I fucking hate these dumb people. That's a cool.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's
get the fuck out of here. Thank you guys for your support over at patreon.com/SnarkTank. It means a lot. We had our biggest month again. Pop on over there.
I want as many followers. I saw Sacred Symbols. They dropped a clip. And they're like, look, I can't believe people support all this because it will take a million years to get into what we're supposed to talk about. And them niggas, I haven't seen you guys on Patreon in a long time. And he's like, man, there's like 14,000 of you niggas. Like, I think Colin said that verbatim. He's like, there's like 14,000 of you bitch niggas. That's like, thanks, my niggas. And I was like, damn, that's fucking, that's an army. That's a real army right there. And I'm like, fuck that. You know, fuck that. I'm a competitive ass motherfucker. I'm taking you guys down. I know it's your shit, Chris, but we're tanking their asses. I want fucking 14,000 whatever in one. I want one more. I always want one more
petty.
than
them. I hate it's like
please do.
It's like on freaking it's like on the show with a Bob Barker where it's like it's a $1,200 fucking dining set. 1,201. I'm like, you piece of
fuck
shit.
You bitch ass nigga, pussy ass, punk ass, bitch ass, nigga ass. Like I want to always whoop those people's asses. And so I get why Colin would be like, what's up?
I would absolutely do that. I would absolutely do that because why would you not do that?
It's just so
Because it's just
I get
smart. It's such a smart strat. It makes so much sense to do that.
It is.
Like you'd be stupid not to do that.
It just feels. Because like even in like competitive sports, there's some things that could end a fight really fast. Like there's a thing called an oblique kick, because it's at an oblique angle, which could really fuck someone's knee up and just put them out of commission for like 9 months. And most people don't do it out of respect, but there's a handful of assholes that fucking do it because they're like, "Hey, this is a fight. They're like, this is a fucking fight," and they're correct. They are correct, but everyone's still like, "Man, fuck that guy," and that's the people that do the $1 thing. Because, like, it's a smart strategy. It really is. But it's
the
still
lack
just
of honor that exists in this planet is outrageous, dude. Like,
Right.
I've my whole life, I'm like, oh, you don't do certain things. It's like, because you're supposed to respect people you encounter. And then I meet people like you, Derek, that are just like, I'll throw sand in someone's eyes and try to eat them. And it's like, why do I exist then, you know? Like, what am I here for?
Look, I'm not a Sandman, but I am. If a guy in real life is trying to, like, really assault, like, I will fucking hyperextend their knees to the point where they look like Arbiter, like 100%, 100%. Like
step in on someone's knees.
There's a scene.
They can't walk anymore.
There's a scene in Adventure Time. I've never really sat and watched that show, but I think about it every fucking day. I think where a deer stepped, like, just stomps on Finn's legs and folds them backwards, and it is one of the that scene kills me every time. I have not seen that show really at all. I haven't sat through a single episode of it, I don't think, but that clip is like one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. Yeah,
Adventure Time. Adventure Time has someone. What happens at the beginning of that fight too? The very beginning of that fight, a deer stands up on its hind legs and takes off its hooves.
Yeah, we talk about the little hands, the little hands.
And then he just stomps on his legs. He doesn't even use his hands. It's so fucking evil.
It's a really good show.
Revealing hands as a deer is broken. That is a broken head.
I do like the idea in the pitch meeting of like, I have an idea. Let's reveal that the deer has hands. It's just such an unhinged idea.
And everybody's clapping it the fuck up. Everybody's clapping so.
All right, let's move on to let's read the fucking $25 and up patrons and get the hell out of here.
Out of here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
Bub.
Count me down.
1 bub. 3 bub. Do it.
3, 2, 1.
1 bub, 3
Tornado
bub.
claw.
I can't count. Fucking Q bub, 3 bub, 4 bub, 7
light bub. I don't know what's happening.
The Holocaust. I don't know.
Tornado claw.
Yo, that scene of fucking Professor X beaming the Holocaust into Magneto's head is crazy. It's
because it's more context than that, but it's still pretty extreme though. It's still pretty extreme.
Oh yeah,
Judas.
And he's like, Hitler, huh? Look at that little shit.
You knocked me down, huh? You knocked me down, huh? You knocked me out of my chair, huh? It's like,
You know what's crazy? I hate to say it, but Magneto's right. Magneto's 100% right. The whole time he's been right. Like the whole entire story of X-Men, Magneto's always right.
Of course.
It's just that he's walling. He's bugging. But he's 200% correct the whole time.
You scuffed my wheelchair.
I'm Professor X.
Teach you a lesson.
You know how long it's going to take me to stand back up in that wheelchair? You'll pay for that.
I'm about to beam
death of your race.
Literally,
not gonna give me any pussy, Gene.
Have fun not being able to walk anymore.
Have a taste of
fucking.
Have a taste of the Holocaust.
Yo, we're shitty people, dude. We're shitty fucking
I didn't do that. I didn't beam the Holocaust into someone's head. We're not shitty people. I would absolutely not do that.
I disagree.
I think it's funny. I think the idea of that is funny, but I would never do that.
You wouldn't do a you would not be a transatlantic Professor X beaming the Holocaust in your enemy's brains. Why would you do
stuff
that?
that in people's minds, bro? Stop.
I would put like the worst. I would find the dark web snuff films and put it in people's brains. Like,
Fuck, dude.
Hey, you didn't know this
You
exists.
beam
Here's
the
a
Funky
real...
Town. You beam the Funky Town cartel video into people's heads when they're like the second they wake up.
Oh no!
You don't want to know what that is, by the way. Do not Google that.
It's really
Don't
not.
Google
Get the fuck
anything
out of here.
that's- Yeah.
It's really not funny. It's probably
really not
it's the
funny.
least funny thing I've ever seen. In fact, that's why
Yeah,
it
I
stuck
laugh
with me
at
for so
terrible
long.
things. That just makes me cry.
Yeah, it's bad.
It is.
Anyway, let's
there's
get the
a
fuck
lot
out
of
of here.
awful stuff.
Yeah, there's
Three
lots
bubs.
of
Start
Young
reading.
Sheldon. Okay, $25 is the base commission rate for the N-word on Fiverr. Dang, that's crazy. It's like on Fiverr, that's a pretty steep tax, but in just real world money, it's pretty cheap. Chernobyl fleshlight, McJackal.
Nice.
You can find me in the club, butthole full of cum. My pussy, it's the best. If you fucking butts, I'm into gaping sex. I ain't into woman love. Using Sween's curtains to wipe the sun cum
That's
off
not
him.
bad.
How do you make the names longer? It won't let me. Thanks. Jack,
can
the
fuck
world's
me in the
fastest
butt.
Maori. It's fastest, not fattest, you clown. My piece is so big, call it one cock. That's so dumb.
I get
Ben
it.
Shapiro destroys woke student by shoving them in a hydraulic press.
He actually kills. He actually destroy. I love that. All of these people actually start killing people. They're literally
Actually
destroying people.
Literally destroys. And he's just like, I'm Ben Shapiro, see?
It just comes flying at you like a creature.
Ah, you want universal health care? Yeah, here's a wood chipper, huh? You see?
Here's a universal press.
He's not good at jokes at all.
Yeah, he
That's
can't
It's a
do it.
universal press.
I see you like pressing things, huh? How about I press your head for flatness? And he's.
I believe. I believe Mr. Ben Shapiro that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide. I was like, well, let's see what. Let's move.
Bro,
we have to move on.
If
Big
that's
meaty
what the Daily
steaks,
Wire
what?
was, I would subscribe. I would subscribe to the Daily Wire.
If it was just Ben Shapiro failing to come up with clever insults and then reacting angrily by shoving people into hydraulic presses, I would pay every bit of money that I own to see all of it.
That'd be
I would be the
crazy.
highest. I'd be a tier 5 sub if that was possible.
You guys
The
gotta
idea of
have
Ben
a.
Shapiro shoving people into press. I have Ben Shapiro getting angry enough to shove people and kill them. It's crazy. He just gets possessed by anger and he does something outrageous. You're like, why do you do that?
The visualization of him stomping, like him angrily sauntering towards an individual, is really great.
Never liked you anyway, huh?
I like the idea that this is becoming our impersonation of just anybody.
Just
Big
anyone?
Meaty Stinks. Yeah. Andy, the man whose handies are S tier and dandy. 5 Filipinos versus almost 20 Mexicans. A real video. I could have gotten a taboo. A taboo? Oh, I could have gotten a tattoo of anything and chose Rise Against. That's true. I also got a Bioshock tattoo. Heat Smoker. A PB&J is a sandwich, albeit a sugary one. You cock. Fair enough. I don't agree.
It is.
Chris's Progerian. Yeah, sure.
Well, you
Chris's
don't think peanut butter
Progerian
jelly is a
anal
sandwich?
dwelling. I don't
When
think
did
it
you have this
constitutes a
discussion?
sandwich in this.
Wait,
I said it on Twitter a while ago.
I mean,
Did
it is,
did you not?
I
It
didn't
is
see
a
that.
sandwich in the same way that a mattress is a blanket sandwich, where like it's
the fuck?
I guess theoretically.
I
But,
really
like,
don't
it's-
agree,
that's
but
not
I'm
what
not
a
going to
sandwich
fight with
is.
this.
Wait, what?
It is, though.
To me, a sandwich is meat, cheese, lettuce, or any combination of those three, or any of those three in specific isolation. So like,
Yeah,
you can
well,
have a normal salami sandwich, or you could have like maybe even like a bacon, egg, and cheese where there's like eggs and there's like meat and
Well, the definition of a sandwich is condiments.
I understand the definition of a sandwich.
Okay, so you are aware that you're wrong. Then.
I'm talking about the feeling, because if we're just going by like what the computer says, then we're no better than AI. That's how I feel about it. Well, it's like if we're just going to go
definitions of words don't make so definitions don't matter to you. Is what I'm saying. So what words mean don't matter to you.
Well, no, definitions matter. I just feel like there's colloquialism in the way that we talk about things that isn't entirely always accurate. Like the best example that I can think of is like killer whales aren't whales. Is a good example, right? Where like killer whales are not whales; they're fucking dolphins. But we call them killer whales because that's just what we call them. I think a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a sandwich in purely in technicality alone. But if somebody was out and they were like, "Hey guys, I'm coming back with sandwiches," and they didn't tell you what kind, and you got excited, it's like, "Ooh, sick! I'm excited for the sandwiches," and they came back with peanut butter and jelly, I'd be fucking livid. I'd be disappointed if they came back with fucking peanut butter and jelly, because that's not what in my mind what a sandwich is. If you Google the word sandwich, you will have to scroll for ages before you found an image of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's just the nature of what a sandwich is. People have a very specific flavor profile when they think of them. People have a very specific image when they think of them, and I just don't think it really lends itself well to what a sandwich is. I think a peanut butter and jelly sandwich basically an uncooked pastry. Peanut butter and jelly, it's too sweet. It's borderline candy. And I don't think it qualifies as a sandwich. Personally. I'm not saying it isn't sandwiched, because that's a verb, but I don't know. It's like splitting a fucking what do you call a Pop-Tart in half and being like, that's as much of a sandwich as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is.
Look,
I think it's a perfectly logical explanation.
I get what you're saying with when you're talking about people envisioning a sandwich. Obviously, there's a default, just like a burger. There are many types of burgers,
right?
Just like in other countries, a chicken sandwich is not a chicken sandwich; it's a chicken burger. Like, so when they're like,
right.
And I deal with this by having a European wife where she's like, hey, get me the chicken burger, and my mind fries a little bit because we don't call it that.
No, it's a colloquialism. It's a colloquialism, and I get that, but like it's kind of like a burger, right? Like a burger is not a sandwich, but it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's like
it is literally a sandwich, but you would never fucking say that, and that's kind of how I feel about it.
I get what you're saying, especially you have to make context if you're saying a peanut butter and jelly. Like if somebody said like I'm going to bring sandwiches back, they would have to clarify that it's PB&J, because otherwise you would expect a normal sandwich and then you'd be fucking upset.
I agree with that.
But that's the thing. I would expect, but if somebody just said sandwich as a blanket term, there's so many things that I would accept. Like I would accept a bacon, egg, and cheese. I would accept a BLT. I would accept a chicken sandwich. I would accept a pastrami sandwich, a ham and cheese, salami and cheese. Like there's so many things that I would be like okay with if I was given like, hey, I'm coming back with sandwiches, and that's all the information. Peanut butter and jelly, the fact that you would have to specify that in and of itself kind of implies that it's in its own kind of separate category. It's more of a pastry to me. Like it's just like the flavor profile, like the way that you eat it. It's just, I don't know. Every time I saw somebody eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch, I was like, that's fucking gross.
I'm not personally.
That is not lunch.
I'm not even I'm not a massive advocate of. I feel like sometimes I'm in the minority of mixing savory and sweet flavors together. I'm just not really a huge fan of it all that often. Mm-hmm. So I would just be a regular peanut butter. I love the taste of peanut butter, and like having a toasted bread and putting peanut butter on it is fucking delicious to me. You throw jelly on it, grape, strawberry, doesn't fucking matter. All of a sudden, the flavors are complicated to me. It's not. It doesn't accent. I just don't think. I think salty, savory things and sweet rarely accent each other. I know that you gave an example of those caramel cheese.
It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I just normally I wouldn't want anytime somebody offered me like a PB&J, I'm like I'm good, but I'll fuck up just a. I used to do this. It would be my protein snack before I would go to the gym. Just a little bit of peanut butter on a fucking sliced bread, and then throw it in my mouth, and I'm good to go. Yeah, get some calories in.
Would you agree though? That a sandwich kind of implies meat when you hear it?
Yeah, it is the default 100%. Like it's like, okay, yeah, technically peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a sandwich, but yeah, you never would ever, nobody, if anyone ever thinks of that as the default sandwich, they're psychotic. Like something's wrong with them.
I agree with that.
Something's absolutely wrong with them if they expected you bring back some type of fucking nice turkey sandwich and then they're like, oh, I thought you were gonna bring back peanut butter and jelly. And
I was hoping for a PB&J.
Yeah,
it's like, the fuck is wrong with you?
We can't be friends anymore.
It's the same way I feel about. It's the same way I feel about. It's the same way I feel about chocolate and candy, where it's like if somebody comes home and they're like, "Hey, I'm getting some candy," and they come back with chocolate, I'm gonna be like, I mean, I'm not disappointed, but like this is not what I expected.
Oh, that's interesting.
I expected like Nerds Rope and fucking Airheads, and that's what candy is to me. You know. Anyway.
I guess, I mean, because people do say chocolate. That's actually kind of similar. It is similar. That is a similar argument, yeah.
I consider chocolate candy, but like at the same time, like,
but
like,
it's
that
saying
won't
that
bother
people
me.
specify. They say chocolate when they're bringing chocolates. So that is
my
very true.
My brain combines them both.
They should. Yeah.
But I would understand. I'd be like, I'm gonna bring back some candy. Would you mind chocolate? That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Would you mind some
there
chocolate?
is that further clarification that is needed. That's what it's kind of the same thing with PB&J. To where it is that
I think
it's
to
like,
me,
yeah.
The differentiating factor between chocolate and candy is that you don't put candy in your breakfast. You know, like you can't have a Nerds Rope chip waffle or like a glass of Airheads milk.
And motherfuckers,
you know, like these are things that are like, and it's the reason why you see like fucking Sour Patch Kids cereal and you're like, ew, gross, because it just doesn't. It does. But Cocoa Puffs, you don't even blink. You don't blink at. These are separate categories in my mind.
Yeah, motherfuckers will have they'll have like Fruity Pebbles though, and I'm like, I don't get it, but you know,
Fruity Pebbles is on that line, man.
Fruity
it's on that line where it's like
Fruity Pebbles.
I like Fruity Pebbles, but they are at that point. They are at that line where it's like this is kind of candy.
It's pretty much candy. It's just like fucking fruit flavors and it's sweet, and then they put it in milk, and to me, it doesn't really mix that well with milk. I'm just like,
that's the Chernobyl. That's the Chernobyl zone of this conversation, where like the second it starts getting into like fucking Fruity Pebbles, it's like I don't hate Fruity Pebbles at all, but like there's something about them where they're really pushing it. It's pushing it.
I like them better without milk. Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops are cereals that I like to munch on as a snack and not have milk in them. I just don't think milk works well with that because it is kind of like a candy. It reminds me of candy. And so I just don't, whenever I get Nerds or anything that's like candy, I don't think of having a tall glass of milk with it. It just, no thanks, dude.
Right. It's heinous, in fact. But yeah. All right. Let's get the fuck on.
Yeah.
Let's
go early.
Yeah, not happening. Chris's Pergerian anal-dwelling vestigial twin wanting him to stop eating Chipotle. I don't eat Chipotle that often, really, at all. But
yeah, that's like a every once in a while thing. Like, right? That's like every once in a while. Like, Chipotle.
Yeah,
it's just like
every now and again I'm in the mood for like that specific. Every now and again I'm in the mood for that specific flavor profile of burrito. You know, where it's like, I can have this specific. I always get like the chicken.
The chicken's good.
Pinto beans, white rice, fresh tomato salsa, maybe some cheese on it. And then a double wrap is that's usually like what I do sometimes.
I do double
but
chicken.
like I don't know if I want like a real burrito, like I'm.
Yeah, you go to
love rice. I love rice so much.
Chipotle. I love rice. I'm one of those unlucky souls that people say soap, but it just tastes like not food to me. Cilantro, like when I have cilantro, it doesn't taste like food to me, and. People say soap, but I don't really get the soap thing, but it just doesn't. My tongue's like, ooh, food. No, it ruins the rice. And I'm like, can you niggas at least have some plain rice for me? For the other part of the population? They're like, nah, fuck you. They're like, fuck you, bitch. I'm like, all right.
Wait, what rice don't you like?
No, it's just their rice is cilantro and lime. So since it has cilantro in it by default, I don't fuck with it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's brown or white. Sense, they just don't have plain. They're not playing for bitch ass people like me. Del Taco did the same thing.
Chipotle's fine.
It's good. Dude. I think arguably they have some of the best tortilla chips. I think they're fucking
very good tortilla chips.
Their lime salted fucking tortilla chips are amazing.
They're really good tortilla chips. I will say,
I like
like
the rice a lot,
Chipotle is one
man.
of the
I love
Chipotle
the
is one of
rice.
the, I like the rice
See,
too.
I'm
I like the
fucked. I
cilantro and
can't
lime
have
rice.
it.
But the
I
thing,
wish I
but
liked
the thing to
cilantro.
me, the thing to me about Chipotle really is that like it really depends on when you. If you catch it when all of that shit is fresh, when they just put out like a new bucket or like a new like thing of everything. That shit is so good, it's unreal. But you're very rarely ever going to run into a situation where all of that stuff is equally fresh. You're usually going to be like, maybe the chicken's not super fresh, but the rice is. Maybe like this is kind of like been sitting out for a while. Sometimes you'll get a fucking royal flush where everything is fucking stale and that ruins everything. But that handful of times where like you get it, everything is fucking fresh. It's like it's pretty top. In those moments, it's top tier fast food.
So the way that you can get that is if you go, but who does this? Most people don't. But if you have the privilege, if you work at a specific time where your lunch is early or whatever, because when it first opens, everything was just cooked in a way that, say, I every once in a while, I'll get Panda Express. It's right up the street from me. And they have this honey sesame chicken. That's pretty much the only thing that I really like from there. And it's not made yet when I show up. So like, hey, give me 5 minutes. It's fucking crunchy, hot as fuck. Like it'll burn your mouth. And I'm like, dude, this is so much better than I ever fucking thought it would be. This is incredible.
For me, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm picky. I'm picky, but I like rice a lot. So I'm fine in most places. Because I just prefer rice over over literally everything else.
I just don't like rice. I get cilantro and lime rice is amazing for a lot of people, but it's just like I wish some things they wouldn't like. Hey, throw the shit in afterwards, huh? You could have a fucking I don't know. It's really just, or at least just have an option of not having that because it fucks me. I can't get rice at Chipotle, and it's like weird to me. Or like this is fucking crazy.
All right, she's not pipkin on my pippa. Cringe, gay cum, obunga, homeless trans femme who comes. Can you lend an N-word a pencil? I remember that. Classic.
Sure.
Letting Chun-Li rip my DNA strands into pieces. Lil B, the base god, asking Selma cash money for feet pics on Twitter. Dead serious. I did see this.
Oh, I remember that. I totally remember that.
I do remember that. That guy's so weird, man. Like, that guy's such a freak. He's been doing that for years.
Right. Dude, and he follows, like, every person on Earth, essentially. Like, he follows so many people.
Yeah.
I'll see
someone's... I loved Lil B
It's...
for a while, man.
He was great.
Anyway, we got him.
He was my solace for a little bit.
Joe Biden's inner thoughts are dial-up sounds. Fuck it, carry on with the Britain slander. Shit sucks here, Mr. Pants. Sween, I would greatly enjoy it if I heard you got tagged to you by Lily and Derek's wife with 12-inch strap. He's upping the inches on this every single time.
Is that what happened?
Baller of the first sin.
Why is he an incher?
I don't know, man. He just inches. Spum Befudders, using this burning Quran as a spell component. I cast Earthquake at 9th level, targeting Turkey. That's crazy.
Damn.
Jolly old dipshit. Louis Armstrong, first man to nut on the moon. What?
Well, that's base. I would love to nut on the moon. That'd be cool as fuck. You know they're taking applications to live on Mars.
Yeah, I'm
like
not doing
say,
that.
Yeah, you'll do like first they'll do trials of you living for a year in like a condition that's like Mars, and then if you're good to go, then they'll send you to Mars, and it's gonna be a whole 2-year thing. So you're gonna be there, and you're gonna basically be the Martian like that, Matt Damon or whatever. So
Matt Damon.
Just exactly.
Propane is a hell of a drug. Propane is a hell of a drug. I'll tell you what. Topher laser pistol cipher graph. If Chun-Li had a penis, I would suck it vigorously. Same. Too mad. 6 under. Uno dos gays. Cuatro cinco gays. So stupid. Thomas, I'm not spiteful. Fuck you. Suck my dick, Sweeney. Dom, I'm squirting. Get a glass. I want to see it. It's a matter of time before he blows a load. When I thought it was time, I caught it in my mouth. I sucked on 8 long cocks. I don't know what this is. Comes an Ivy. Sweeney's superpowers being confidently wrong. Back to tank of cum. Caucasian container. The Cracker Barrel for gays. Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit. Chris wearing earplugs to roleplay as deaf and blind.
That was mean.
Damn.
That wasn't nice.
In Gump's voice, my wiener has gone all big, Jedi. Do you know anything about that? She pipkin on my pippa. Possum is the only empathetic person from Long Island. Soy Chris y me gusta verga negra.
Damn.
Black dick. Nice.
Nice.
Some good old black
maybe
dick.
she drinks piss, but at least she exists now. That's true. Stephen Hawking's italicized jaw licking on Epi Island. I'm going to hell, aren't I? Yeah, you are. Just the hard R. Star Coffee. Calling cops pigs is an insult to the noble pig.
The noble pig.
I would say pigs are, yeah. I mean,
pigs are really intelligent. That's something they got
the
going
fact
for them.
that they're also delicious, which I don't feel like cops would be. Flattened to death by Rhea Ripley's Doja Cat ass. Rhea Ripley's.
Who's got a fucking huge ass.
She's a thick WWE wrestler. Yeah, she'll have on all this stupid ass makeup, you know, but then when she takes it off, you're like, oh, she's actually quite pleasant.
No, a normal person.
She's actually really pretty. Not quite present. She's actually a pretty lady. It's like, damn, dude.
Exquisite.
I stopped paying my rent so I could be a real fan. Transfem Gremlin. Exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million radians of ionizing radiation. Yush, not Vinpan. Angelic DM, I want your lovin', even though we're both men, so please put your hand down my pants. Bad Romance. By Lady Gaga. Craig the Canadian. Richard Fisting, and the copious amounts of food porn. It makes it better. It's your boy, Shawnee D. Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey. I live in Philly and everything you guys said is true. Also, I just saw a horse running down I-95 by itself. Chef Voice. You're listening to W98.3 Smooth FM, the classiest station in D.C. Next up is Shit in the Woods by Macklemore. 3XO, inventing a new sect of Islam where you get 72 femboys for blowing up the bathroom, slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Lord of Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Dracula Flow, dude with the Neuralink cut me off in traffic. I took out my Flipper Zero and gave him gender dysphoria. Obi won't you blow me. Jackson Vernon, Norwegian game dev, paying so Derek cares. Kremlin to Gremlin, Himothy McVeigh. I'm going to steal your bones. They were made in a factory, a bomb factory. Gooning till I Kurt Cobain myself with cum. Avi, Derek, your penis is out. Sween be like, I have a great imagination. Almost. Okay, homo. Imagine fucking a dude. Imagine sucking balls.
I can't. I
Wage
just don't
Slave
want
583. A sad
aggressive.
guy. A sad guy from Michigan. Can I get a dick pic with your gray sweatpants on and one without them? Can I also get 3 pics of your dick in any position? Also,
yes.
The Papini brothers hold Derek's engraved glasses, Chris's audio remote, and Sween's Discord link for ransom.
Give me my glasses.
Give me my fucking remote. I have still not found it. I'm so annoyed by this, man.
Give me my fucking remote.
It makes me not want to like engage with my yeah.
Yeah, that.
Donk Donkerson, installing a faulty Neuralink in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll's toll to get into Boy's Hole. Gate 6. The ancient Greeks knew it was never gay straight, but rather top bottom. That's why breeding femboy bussy isn't gay. If it wasn't for the negative connotation, sexual predator would be a badass title.
It would
that is
be.
true. I know I know what you mean. Yeah, it is a shame.
No, it's
not.
It
is a shame.
It is because that sounds badass. It's like Apex Predator, but except for just within sex.
Predator.
Why you have to say it like Matt Pat?
Just like,
what the fuck was that?
I'm a sexual predator. Shut the fuck up.
He's not a predator. He's a sexual predator.
My name's Boof, and I'm a sexual predator. It's like, shut the fuck. That sounds so terrible.
Cock-ass cheeks sensei. What kind of name is Soap anyway? You some kind of Muppet? Help, fuck. An evil lesbian. Home Alone 6. Enter the Homoverse. Chris is a secret piss drinker. A shit so nice I had it twice. John Strickland. Call me Avatar.
Nice.
I'm on Roku watching a monkey asshole. I don't know what any of this means.
A monkey asshole.
Mercs 1889.
Oh.
That's so dumb. Mercs 1889. What do you mean not tonight, Adrian? I'm a world-class boxer. It's really not up to you.
Yo.
God damn.
Now that's a sexual predator right there.
That's a sexual predator if I've ever seen one.
No,
with a negative context. I can't
That's hilarious. Unprecedented boxer, Adrian. You don't have much say.
Yeah. You gotta be close
It's
now,
me,
Adrian.
Rocky. See? You can't say no to me. I'm Rocky. See?
You don't have much say, Adrian. If I'm being very honest with
And then
you.
he pushes Adrian into a hydraulic press.
See? You're dead now, see?
You're dead now. You're dead now. Yeah. He swaps. Oh my God. It's like, see? See?
You don't have much say
God
in the matter,
fucking damn
Adrian.
it.
If I'm being
The
very
first
honest
church-
with you, I mean, I'm a grown ass man. I can take what I want from you. I don't have to fucking.
You don't
ask
see?
Adrian.
Just because I have a soda drink hat full of piss doesn't mean I'm not a fucking full grown adult that has the power to overtake you and overpower you with ease and tremendous.
Adrian,
Now I'm gonna go
do
fuck
what I
Polly.
want, pretty much.
Polly, get your pussy over here, see? I
No,
don't know
fuck
about
you,
that,
Rocky.
Rock.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking. Get the fuck out of here, Rocky. You fucking.
Calm
I mean, I
down.
can't say it,
I'm
but
Mick. I'm Mick. Calm down, Rocky. See, you gotta calm down now. I don't know about
Fuck
that,
you, Mick. See, fuck you, Mick.
fuck you, Mick.
I'm gonna fuck you. See.
Can you guys please finish reading the names? You've been here for 35 minutes. Please finish.
Fuck these sillies. See,
Oh my
We're
God, your
so
audio is
close to
definitely
being
peaking.
done.
First Church of Keith David featuring King Charles II with his unsightly Hasburg jaw guzzling piss. The second Church of Keith David featuring being better than the first Church of Keith David pre-Roz. Blake 896. Logan Paul has the WWE United States Championship for over 90 days and has defended it fucking once. People really like Asterix and Obelisk. Bruh, it's really just a small junkie and some fat fuck. I don't know what any of this means.
That's cool.
Getting laid for mispronouncing that one African country. Damn. Lil Dick Rag. Lil Dick Rag. Lost my job at Kohl's because they caught me playing with the mannequin's boobs. Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Texas Tater Salad. Hey guys, check this out. I can't read that. I literally don't even know what the fuck that says. Cox ramming everything around me. CREM. In that
Cash rules
pussy.
everything around me. Cream, that's what he's trying to do.
Get the money.
Cox ramming everything around me. Cream in that pussy. Come on your face. come on your face. Sue Hulk. Tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy. The cream in your sister's pie. Wicket 909. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, The Vegan Necromancer, parentheses, I got consent, Ethereum, Brogerian Punter, Melphis One, The Angriest Cotton, Julian, enjoying the view from the Daily Plaza on the 6th floor, and as always, rounding out our list is the King of Haphazard. Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Snark Tank Podcast. We appreciate you. Come on over to patreon.com/the Snark Tank. Support us over there. See? Come on over to the Snark Tanks. The Snark Tank Patreon. See? Well, fuck you. $5 to get your questions read on the show, $25 to get your names read at the end of the show. There's a bunch of tiers in between. There's extra ammo episodes exclusive to the Patreon tier, so check those out. There should be new episodes there all the time, so just pop on over there and give us a like on Spotify, all that jazz. You know the fucking drill. Get off your homeless, lazy ass and help us.
Stop pissing in my toast and get me this money, nigga. All right, let's get out of here.